smoke.
We are not gonna let me hold.
I got so much smoke for this nigga, man.
What was on Trav's?
We gonna read it. We gonna read it. Don't you
This
worry.
nigga, nah, bro. This nigga showed up. This nigga didn't show up when he stunk it up. He just called out too.
We don't even know what's going on. We don't even know where Trav is at right now. This
nigga's just
absence.
Definitely
that's definitely unexcused. Definitely unexcused. He's definitely getting 2 points.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm looking at this list now.
Yeah, you might not want to listen this week, Trav. I'm letting you know that right now. I'm going to go ahead and put out the disclaimer.
When this happens,
I'm going to go ahead and put out the disclaimer. Yeah, you're going to be mad.
Last time he missed a week and came back, he came in his house, he didn't speak to none of us. He just sat down.
He was mad.
Oh, he was like legit mad?
It's Trav,
And you already know he's going to say, we doing it for the camera. We showing off for the company.
You already know.
I don't give a fuck because I didn't even know she was coming. But I had the bicker preloaded because you was talking too much shit.
And lay the egg with the top 40, the wild playlist. What's the
now?
Is that what they call
now
it? Wild?
Wild Music 77. That's what that nigga came with. That shit.
The
stunk.
infomercial Atlanta playlist, like
That nigga, hey, you did that nigga a disservice, Blaze. I knew he was. That nigga was. SpongeBob meme. It was like
he let me down with his list. Like now that I'm looking at it again,
that's what I'm saying. The music guy. Come on, bro. Not DJ Travy Trav. That list stunk. Like, bro. Listen, because we made it wild. We said Atlanta rap. Like, there's so many records.
and he wanted to do trap at first.
You could tell he didn't want no behind the sines this week. He just sent me the records and just got up out of here.
No dialogue, no back and forth about
You didn't
four
even
straight
hey, you didn't get the A and all that. He was just like, no bicker, no change this around, none of that.
Man. All right, Trav, listen. Look, we wish you was here, but you're not.
We wish you were. We wish you were here to defend yourself, but
it's always next week.
The bicker must go on.
It must go on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of What We Talking About podcast. I am CEO, the veteran, perfect motherfucking attendance.
Here.
We had that conversation too. Like, Trav, it's a bad week for you, Trav. You and Trav. It's a bad week. Impact versus numbers and all that shit. Like, he definitely picked a week not to be here because I had some big conform with that conversation with Hitmaker and it was somebody else that was going back and forth. One of y'all put it.
Well, we still gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, we'll have it. I wanted to have it with Trav.
We on TV talking like it's just me and you.
1/3 of a few things. 1/3 of the rollout boys. Not to ever be confused with 1/3 of the toxic boys.
Very different.
And last but certainly not least, ladies and gentlemen, I am a member of the Ohio fucking Daddies, West Goody. Who else in the building? To my left. I got y'all introduce you.
Please.
He is I'm him.
Slim with a tilted brim on 20-inch rims.
Local nigga with a major buzz.
Oh, one more time. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
One more time.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We definitely missed them mad
Right.
from when he ain't here for
Yeah,
the
man.
intros.
Local nigga with a major buzz, man.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Bicker himself.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
The champion.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The chain still remains. You know what I'm saying? The title is back home, man.
Mr. Versus.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm definitely Mr. Versus, and for the record, I'm still looking for that smoke. I'm going to be honest, Reese, because you my man. Mm-hmm. I love you. I fuck with you. I don't want to do the drama and Cali because
Well,
I don't want to crack your mouth.
I think the playlists have shown.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The playlists show that you're going to be in for a long night if you do that.
I think I've had the better music, but again, like we're running into popularity contests when it comes to a lot of this
But a lot of Drama's classic mixtapes now on DSPs too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Listen, believe it or not, the drama don't really scare me because the things that we love about drama is not the typical listener, like
Listen, Reese, these lists have really showed like what works, what doesn't work, and that's why I went, because when I tried to go left, it didn't help me. So I said, I'm gonna stay.
Let me ask y'all a question and tell me if y'all think I'm bugging. Let me ask y'all this. Tell me if y'all think there's any type of truth to this, because I really believe this.
Yeah.
Do you believe that if we switch the lister, like say I was the first records,
No.
you don't think it would make no difference? I think it do. I think they see the first records and automatically.
Four straight up. I mean, L's, and he's number one.
No, but what I'm just saying though, like he even though we
four
say
straight L's.
no, but listen. Even the weeks that he got killed is because first they see that right away, like, oh my God, you know, he like.
We can change it around. We can put that one.
Cut it out.
Good.
Oh my God.
That's what they did this week. They seen niggas list this week and they said, oh my God. They cut it off.
Nah, but
And Blaze had the sleeper list this week. In my opinion.
let me look at it.
I mean, I was clearly there.
Nah, they see that's the thing too.
Look, I purposely let up, like,
It's a lot of records that we didn't touch
at all. But like March Madness, I ain't want to touch that.
Let's hold on. Let's stay before we even get to the playlist. We're gonna finish the intro.
You fucked them up with that one, and they didn't get the love. I'm gonna be honest, niggas slept on your list, Blaze.
Yeah, right. But we gonna get there. You finished with your intro?
I'm in the motherfucking building, man. Unfortunately, the guy that I had smoke for isn't here, but it doesn't matter. Des Flex is in the building.
Don't get gas.
I'm still a big deal in this town.
He lied. He lied.
Hashtag Dez's list still matters.
And of course, we got the superstar engineer, the Kid Blaze, is in the building.
Hashtag Trav don't really know music.
They calling me the playlist GOAT because I'm consistent, man. I'm nice.
I seen your team in a crisis before.
And listen. Before we get to the next person, I made a promise to y'all last week. I said,
You did,
I said, I got to call on one of my homies who this is one of my favorites. This is her and Lynn is up there.
I'm
One
gonna
of
be
my favorites.
honest, Blaze. You might be Jerry Maguire, man. Show me the money. You getting it done. You getting it done. You getting the job done. You getting the job done.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest tonight.
We've been waiting on this person for a few years.
I didn't know that she'd never been on
For
the
a few
show.
years, man.
That's news to me too. Like I really thought that.
Nah, Lex, she's
sat
supposed to
with
be
us.
here a few times, and things that happen, but she here.
We got the infamous,
We gonna
notorious, iconic.
We're gonna get a lot of like unique listens just off the strength that
Right.
she's here.
Legendary in these streets.
I told her she was in her 20s for 17 years.
I was.
Facts. Facts.
Another little fact. She is well known by a name that's not even her name.
Yeah, that's nice.
Now let me ask you this: while we on the mic, we know her as Lex, but
Yeah.
the people know her as. Is it A Ortega or is it Ortega?
I just posted about this. Like, my first name is Alexis, my last name is Ortega, which is where A Ortega came from.
I never knew.
I have Ortega like the taco sauce, like the
Right.
taco
She
label
got the
tattooed
tattoo.
on me.
So you know that she just called herself Ortega.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the origins of it. You know what I mean?
People
Like,
started calling me Ortega. From volleyball, I guess, and then people from high school would be out at the club and say
backstory.
Ortega.
That's what the show's about. We get the backstory, so now we can officially put it to bed. People ain't gotta ask you no more.
People think Desiree is my real name, so you know.
It's just odd to me. Like, why would my name be? And then people are always like, "Hey, aren't you A Ortega?" And I'm like, "You're not even saying it right, first of all." And it clearly says my name is Alexis Ortega on my Instagram. So
Do it.
Yes.
People looking at them pictures.
You gave yourself a dang, I ain't know that.
I didn't see the name. Didn't know you had it.
It's worse.
Oh my God.
But nah, we got Lex in the building. We appreciate you being with us this evening. She gonna hold it down for our brother Trav, who's not here tonight.
He might not be our brother at this week.
Possibly.
I love it.
I mean, hey man, I tell niggas all the time. Niggas want to be funny. I can be real hilarious. Listen, bro, I had to take multiple weeks, and it wasn't just him. It was this guy too.
He was
Few cheap shots from you.
yo.
Like,
He
for 2 weeks.
told the people that you're listening and all that, like,
For 2 weeks.
I loved your list.
Niggas was.
I told you. I said I loved your list.
Niggas was.
I thought niggas.
And I was
I
like,
thought
cool.
throw it in the bag was a fun. I thought
I
throw
was
it.
like, cool.
He had throw it in the bag of his list. They was hating.
The remix or
The remix.
Yeah, the remix.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they flirted on it like it wasn't
Look,
nothing.
look
Like,
at it.
You don't like the remix?
I like it. I mean,
It's just not like your. No,
it
that.
wasn't a big deal.
Did you hear what he was saying? Yeah, the whole.
listen, they don't. That's what I'm saying. Music niggas really ain't music niggas. They don't, you know what I mean?
Now Lex might respect his Bow Wow record.
Don't sound like it.
What was is it
Out of my system.
When Bow Wow told me that he was from Atlanta, like to my face, as somebody from, I just was like, wow. Yeah.
That was it for you.
I mean,
See,
it was.
look,
I
see,
already
can't-
wasn't.
I
rocking
can't
with
hear. Yeah, see, look, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
You can't beat what unsolicited cap live and direct. You know what I'm saying?
Bow Wow challenge. You know what I mean? It's playing out. So with that said, again, Lex, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us tonight. We're going to before we even start the show, I want to start it on a more somber note and want to send condolences and rest in peace to a brother of ours, Marvin Big Nick James. We lost just today. You know, we just got the news. Super, super sad. You know, it was super unexpected, you know, at least to my knowledge. You know, Blaze may could have some more details on it. Again, Big Nick, for those that's not aware, you know, the story's so crazy as far as like how I even initially met Big Nick. You know, I met him through his brother Reese, and you probably know Rob and them.
Oh, so you met him before Chase?
Yeah, I met him in college. Me and his brother played ball with each other.
Okay.
Reese, shout out to Reese. And Nick was down there a couple times, but I was more cool with Reese and Rob. And Rob was running in and out of Framingham. You know, when we used to come home, like we would be over there in Framingham. But that's how I initially met Big Nick, and then it turned into a relationship to where we met him up at Chase, and you know, he heard the music, and like you said in your post, he was one of the first, if not the first person that really believed in, you know, what we was doing with the music, and he even lined it up for us to, you know, get into a real studio and do shit like that. So again, you know, rest in peace to Big Nick. You know, condolences to the family, friends, loved ones. You know, this is a tough loss. Young, you know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's a testament to, you know, making sure us as black men, we stay up on our health. You know what I mean? I know I've been preaching that periodically here and there, but, you know,
doctor's week.
it's a real thing, you know what I mean? And I know it's a lot of hurdles that, you know, us as black men go through as far as, you know, a lot of motherfuckers don't got insurance. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas scared to go to the doctor, or a lot of people got, you know, different conspiracies of, nah, I'm cool on the doctor this, or I'm going Dr. Sebi route. Like, whatever you do, you know, just make sure you are aware of, you know, what's going on with your body. You know what I mean? If it's ticking, if it's moving right, if everything is functioning the way that it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to check up out of here at an untimely age. But again, rest in peace to Big Nick. Blaze, I know you probably want to speak on it.
I thought about Dez when this happened today, because Dez always talks about being intentional. And Big Nick called me on Tuesday, and I was on a work call. I'm calling back. He just called me on Tuesday. I'm thinking that he just wanted to, you know,
Chop it up.
Yeah, chop it up. But Cass me want me to still rap. I'm 39. Big Nick, I'm not rapping anymore. Like, I'm just not doing it. And I just figured I was gonna get back with him, and just never did. And for me to see the post from his son, because I'll be, you know, pouring into, you know, his son as far as knowledge about music and things like that, the same way he did for us, right? So I try to pay it forward. And to lose him like all of a sudden, you know, was definitely something I wasn't prepared for. So rest in peace to Big Nick for sure.
Yeah, rest in peace, Big Nick. And again, condolences to the family, man. I know this is a tough one. You know, Reese, hold your head.
Marquise.
Rob. I forgot his wife's name. You know, I met her a couple times. Lil Nick.
These guys grew up on us. They grew up on Recent Blaze. Like that's all they. We was their dad's favorite rappers.
Tough loss, man. Ooh, super tough. Rest in peace, Big Nick, man. Rest in peace.
And you just seen what's in the other day too, right? You just seen Ruggs the other day.
Yeah, I seen Ruggs yesterday. You know, I ran into Ruggs at the liquor store of all places. Well, it's Kroger, but you know, I was there to get liquor. The sun rotates and the game goes bigger. You never know. Yeah, shout out to D Ruggs, man. That's my nigga. It was good seeing him yesterday. He looked real good. And you know, speaking of running into him, he said something to me that and it kind of ties into, you know, the conversation that we was having as far as black man and health. You know, recently I've been back in the gym again. You know, the gym is such a hard thing to stay consistent with. I mean, you love the results that you get from it and how you feel, but you also hate the grind of it. You know what I mean? The grit and grind of getting up and doing this shit daily. You get to thinking like, do I want to do this every fucking day? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, but Ruggs, speaking of Ruggs, he was like, damn, Reese, you looking good, bro. I'm like, and I feel like shit. Like, I feel like I look terrible, but you know what I mean? Somebody else see you and be like, nah, bro, you looking good. I'm like, so, I mean, that was a little extra push of motivation for me to stay at it and at least try to stay consistent. But I am back in the gym, and like I told you on the chat, like, niggas ever want to come get it in, I do got them unlimited guest passes. Like, that's for anybody, you know what I mean? So we can pull up to any of these spots. I know you got one right around the corner from here.
That's what I'm doing.
Only thing about the East Sporter spot, you know what I mean, it's definitely the spot. You know what I mean? You can get distracted in there easily. You know what I mean?
Gym baddies being there.
Look,
why they be in there looking that crazy?
They be looking crazy. I wanted to leave and go back to Point of Fitness. Like, nah. Can't get nothing done up in here. Like, let you hear.
They got the Amazon joints on.
What's up with the? What's up
the
with
the shorts?
The workout attire for women at the gym. It's. I love it, but I also hate it. Like, cause you don't want to be up in there like no creep, but it's like you be looking like, do you see what the fuck she got on in here? Titties is out everywhere.
You gotta close your eyes.
Hit them sets blindfolded, huh? So what's up? Like, how do you feel about? What's your workout attire? Like, how do you?
I don't ever get cute to work out because I just don't. I actually don't even work out, so it's not like. But when I do, I'm not. No, I don't go in there. No.
I mean, you talking about like they just got a bra and some really short shorts on,
right?
And being there stretching their ass off.
Full sets.
The full sets, like
you
going to the gym,
sets.
you going to bed. Like, where you going?
Shoes to match.
So let me ask y'all, as men, you know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and have a conversation. Like, why the fuck y'all worried about how women dress? Cool, we got a woman here today, so hopefully she'll keep us in line. Could your girl be at the gym with this shit on?
Call me Ish. No.
I mean, but I'm gonna be honest though, bro. Like, listen, bro. And what you gonna do? Listen, it don't matter. It don't matter.
She gonna get hollered at regardless.
Facts, bro.
But we don't want to bring the extra. Like,
but you ain't gotta,
There's the shorts and the bra.
But what you gonna do? Like, because like, do you really want to deal with the bicker with that? Then like now
they be in there fucking the machines. There's like this one chick was doing the extras. I'm like, that machine ain't even for that. What you over there doing right now? Like,
sometimes I mean, look,
there's some softcore porn going on in
Blaze,
here.
I just believe this.
On the weight, bitch.
Some fights ain't worth fighting, bro.
Lying niggas wait like I got.
I just feel like that wouldn't be a fight if you knew what you were getting into. Like people get in these relationships with people that aren't really aligned with them, and then want to kind of control.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's like, don't date somebody who's gonna like.
If she a fitness guru, cool. All right, I'll give you that pass. But like, you just trying to get back right.
The shorts and the bra. That's it.
Yeah, that's wild.
And you know what I mean too. Like,
I know. I've seen it in there. Like, I almost left on day one because it was that crazy. Like,
you probably was in there peak hours too, wasn't you?
Man, I was in there 5:30.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See.
I'm like, I'm never coming back in here. Like, nah, like, give me my bread back. Like, man, jam packed.
Yeah.
It looked like the women is made up, makeup and all that shit looking incredible.
Bad time.
Oh, yeah.
And then also too, we live.
Hey,
in
you knew getting back in there, you supposed to
But
go.
also too, Reese, we live in a day and age now
Come to the
that
gym. Watch me put up some jumpers.
they gotta make that content, so they gotta show that they in there.
And everybody's
that's really what it
recording
is.
in there. Now.
That's really what it
Everybody's
is.
recording.
Yeah, so it's like it's the content part. Motherfuckers gotta.
They
show
allow
that they in
trainers in there too, like so. It's
there. Yeah,
it's different. It's nasty work. A lot of you know what I mean. Like
it's damn near real world in there. Huh?
Right.
It's
the whole staff is young and black. You know what I mean? Like come on, man. Like what the hell
reality
got myself?
TV. Yeah.
The pool is butt naked. Ain't nobody in the pool at all. You know what I mean? Niggas is out there on the floor, like just putting on. It's a fashion show.
Niggas be sleeping on that water call. You gotta get you ring.
Yeah, you know, and that's part of the reason why I went back to a big gym like that because I need the sauna.
That's what I need.
want
I
the
need that
pool,
sauna.
and I want a basketball
sauna,
court. You know, Planet Fitness. As much as I love it, you
Very
know what I mean.
limited.
It
Very
gets
limited.
super
Except
limited.
they were crunch. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vegetables and weights. That's about it.
That's about it. In one big room, you just looking at everybody and everything going on. You know what I mean? So it's like. I'm glad to be back in there. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to stay consistent. You know what I mean? Hopefully niggas can keep me honest with it. You know what I mean? Des, I see you back in the gym too.
Yeah, I got to, man. And I mean, speaking of what's the name, you know, it's crazy. Full circle. I went to the doctor and, you know, I don't want to necessarily say I had some health scares, but it's just, you know, I got to, no, nigga ain't young no more, you know. So gotta keep my blood pressure in order. It's a little high. And then, you know,
does that like run in the family?
Yeah, it's a family thing.
Yeah.
But you know, also my diet hasn't been the best either over these last couple of years. And then, but also too was just really gotta watch my sugar levels too, man.
You see, I always do non-sugar stuff.
Yeah, so I gotta go.
I see you coming here with regular
I
Gatorade.
know.
That's
That's not,
90 grams of
I already
sugar
know
in
it
there.
is, but it's just like it ain't the same. It ain't the same. But I gotta do it though.
The non-sugar influence.
I did. Major. Cause she like, I gotta go tap back in a couple weeks. Cause it's like,
I have been doing
you know what I mean? I'm damn near on the spectrum of diabetes. Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of the diabetes, I was watching the Wu-Tang series and it just was on an episode revealing how Ghostface found out about him being diabetic early on when they was just before his album even dropped. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just a lot of little shit that you learn. And again, you know, a full circle moment. Us as black men, how we have to take our health serious. You know what I mean? We at least get in there and find out what's going on. Now, whether you choose to do something about it is on you.
Right.
But blindly, you know, just walking this journey without knowing shit about it, you know, I would definitely not advise of doing that. So, with that said, you know, take your health take your health serious. You know what I mean? Let's try to live. We want to live. We want to be here as long as we can. Yeah. Let's get into the show, man. We was talking off mic, and we're going to have a juicy show.
We wait on this playlist?
Y'all want to get to that? Oh,
Yeah, let's get that out the way.
Y'all want to do that? Cool.
Shout out to Lex.
I just wanted to keep her engaged.
No, but let's get that out the way. So yeah,
Okay.
Let's get her out the way.
All right, so playlist talk. Y'all know how we do. This is week number 8 now. This week we went.
Got my dubs back up.
We went down south. We went to the ATL. We went to Atlanta. We did Atlanta rap playlist. There was no limitations on it. No restrictions at all.
Yeah, and somebody wanted to do trap.
Yeah. Thank God we pulled them out of that.
Man.
So with that said, we will.
They might have really not showed up for 2 weeks.
We will give the tracks that everybody selected or submitted for the ATL playlist, starting with Dez.
Hold on.
What's up, go ahead.
So when they submitted the songs to me, I'm a little concerned.
I don't know why.
Because I was like, nah, not this week.
Because one of them was a dud. Like, I don't care. X is a dud.
Oh, that was a pander. That was a little, you know what I mean?
You should try to test it out.
Yeah, I mean, because listen, I wanted to do Future. I wanted to try to figure out a way to get, because I was like, at first I felt like my list was too old. So I'm like, I got to figure out a way to like slide like a Future in 21.
So you had
the
the same issue that I had. Because real quick before I even name the tracks, what I did purposely, niggas can believe it or not, like I was like, I'm staying away from the heavyweights. I don't want because that's kind of too easy. It was like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get niggas.
That's why they do like March Madness and
I was like,
because at first I was gonna do Future Trap nigga, but I was like, these is like those is like
yeah. I wanted to give niggas that helped carry Atlanta, you know, during just throughout the whole round period. Like, you know, we know the heavyweights that's there.
So I'm gonna give y'all the insight. Really, I know you about to do the list, but I'm gonna be Blaze. What I really want to do, I didn't want to do 21 Savage Future X. You feel me? I really wanted to do Young Jock. Knock It Out, but I didn't know if they was going like
because you've been going with the. I see. You was testing the theories this week.
But not that pussy. That would have won.
But I felt like, but see, when I be thinking it's gonna go, then I get fronted on.
That's the thing about this playlist.
And see, that's what I'm saying, because that's the thing. Like our whole thing with the list had the fans changed everything with the list.
Changed it.
Like because originally, like we really was trying to do like older records and shit like that, but then niggas was tired of getting laughed at and taking L. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm going for the gusto. So that's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to do Young Jock Knock It Out, but I was like, let me find a way to get like a new one.
What did you do in place of that?
I did 21 Savage Future X.
Okay.
Because like most of my list was, so I was like, let me find a way to like not get to put like because that's still like 2016, believe it or not. Like niggas forget how old that record is. It's like 2016. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me get like a fairly new slash old.
Start off with Bricks.
All right, so yeah, Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane, Bricks.
Come on, man. No brainer.
Number 2, L.O., Carlo, Shorty Low, Dun Dun.
No brainer.
Number 3, 21 Savage and Future X. And number 4, you know, a staple in Atlanta, but I thought it was a pander, you know what I mean? Crime Mob, nothing.
Oh, no, what?
Nothing
Okay.
but.
That was a good list.
That's a classic.
That was a
I
good
said
list.
it's a classic. It's a staple.
Because like I said, X, I was torn between Young Jock, Knock It Out, or Gorilla Zoe. Jeezy, Hood Nigga Remix. That's really where I wanted to go. That's
you
really where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel me, Lex? That's really wrong. But I was like, I don't want my list to be down because I was like, you feel me?
So next.
You got the job. Yeah.
So next we turn on the radio.
Here we go.
We turn on 107.5.
Trav Strong.
We turn on 107.9.
The big man Trav Nada.
Right. Trav Strong. And the Power Morning Crew. He's definitely going. That one right there. Trav Nada. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, you know what the attitude is about.
Trav Roy G.
Hey,
It's 5 o'clock.
Called him that in the chat. I was like, yeah, I want violence, nigga. Hey, okay, so now we on Trav's list. Number 1.
Travie News.
Waka Flocka featuring Roscoe Dash and Wale, No Hands. Great record. Number 2.
Very safe.
Outkast, So Fresh and So Clean.
He dropped the ball with that. Listen.
Trav, I want to be clear. I loved all of your records, you know, but like I told you in the chat, get this radio playlist out of here. You know what I mean? But number 3, Young Dro and T.I. Young Dro's biggest record to date. Shoulder Lean. Fire.
Lex is fucking with the list.
And
I like Shoulder Lean.
He didn't have a miss on the list.
He
It was
really
just
didn't.
super commercial.
Yeah, it was
That's
just-
all. That was my whole beef with it. Like, and it goes completely against what Trav said. Like, this, if niggas don't get why I be on Trav like I do weekly,
Thank you,
it's
Reese.
because none of his music represents him. At least that's how I feel. About it.
But see that's the thing, and that's why I get so mad because he comes here crying wolf and he gives y'all these sob stories about how he's a victim and we be jumping him. Y'all don't see what Trav do, bro. Trav
He's a
talking,
menace in the
Trav
group
is
chat.
one of the biggest shit talkers, especially when it comes to music. Because Trav really thinks he's better than us in music. This is why it's so competitive with us. Because Trav really thinks he's better than us when it comes to music. He knows more than us. All that shit. Like he just thinks he's above us. He's a music snob. So it's like he gonna get that extra smoke when it comes to music because like, because honestly, if we want to keep it all the way above for these 8 weeks, Trav ain't really been cooking like he be on the podcast talking.
He ain't cooked at all.
That's what I'm
Not to
saying,
me.
bro.
Not to me, he hasn't
Trav
cooked.
don't be cooking.
And every
bro.
record has
To be the
been
music
good.
guy.
Every record, let's be clear. Again, like I hate that I got to keep giving this disclaimer. Every record has been good, but I don't believe it when it comes from Trav.
I did like his list. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but when he had the Anything remix and the Freaking You remix and stuff I did like
that was more his bag with the Wu-Tang remix.
I did like that list. I loved it, but I feel like I influenced it because it was CNS. It was CNS.
The rant.
My rant influenced his list.
Clear cut and stat.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Because if I wouldn't have did the rant, he would still be putting up Blackberry Molasses type records. Come on, man. Let's really talk about it.
Never forgive
Let's really talk about it. We about to start a new category.
We did a Down South playlist.
We about to start a Rotten Egg record of the week, bro.
Do it, and Blackberry Molasses. And we're not gonna lay that down.
Lex, he had Cherish Sean Paul do it and said that was a Atlantic classic.
We might as well go all the way there because he's gonna be heated.
He's gonna be hot. Good thing I'm gonna be out the country. Good thing I'm gonna be on airplane mode.
He said, Blaze, when you hear Blackberry Molasses, you think of Lamb. I said, no, the fuck you don't.
Nobody does. I didn't even know that was an Atlanta
I think
record.
the ending of All Eyes on Me when they played it when Pop got shot.
Reese, I didn't even know that was an Atlanta record.
I've never heard nobody call it.
Go ahead. Oh my god, I can see the steam coming out his ears.
Like y'all niggas went back 4 weeks on my list now. Not too much on Trav. Not too much.
Trav,
all right, and number 4 for Trav is Trillville featuring Little Scrappy, Never Ever.
He could have did some cut. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you gonna pick Trillville, come on, bro. You gonna do like
that's the one.
Hey, listen, Trav.
I'll buy you anything.
I would have kept this between me and you, player. You should have hit me up to A&R your list this week, bro. I wouldn't even say nothing. I wouldn't even say nothing. You know, coming from the, the 4 for 4 nigga. I wouldn't have said nothing. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Cause you my man. I want to help you beat Major League. I wouldn't have,
all right, now we get to Blaze's list. Number fucking 1. And I want to be clear for the people that may not know what number 1 was. Yeah. This might be Jeezy's greatest record ever.
This came at me crazy early on.
Oh, yeah. We can let him get away with murder. This is a reoccurring record. We've seen this before. From me.
So we, in particular, it was your record.
Yeah. So but
it's Blaze.
I'm never mad.
He's the nicest guy. So
he
we
gets
let him
away
get away.
with
He's the nice guy. We let him get away with murder.
I'm so like.
But I'm never mad seeing the intro on any playlist.
Right.
So number 1, Jeezy intro.
I mean, if it wasn't for me, Jeezy wouldn't have been on our list.
What? Nobody else had Jeezy?
No.
I purposely was staying away from the heavyweights.
I purposely stayed away from you because I felt like all them was going to do it. So like that's the thing.
Yeah, we submit blind.
Because when we do these lists, we don't know what everybody's. It's like only Blaze knows.
I can't have all this without Jeezy.
That's why I purposely didn't do like the typical Future records and shit like that because I'm like I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, but go ahead.
So number 1, Jeezy intro. Number 2, Rocco featuring Rick Ross and Future.
Sleeper of the list. When I seen that, I said, Blaze is a sneaky motherfucker.
Number 3, Future.
They don't edit out.
No.
Molly and the drink. Yeah, nah.
Apple Music.
It was just niggas that.
Yeah, it would cause a little uproar for a little bit. It's
Ross was like, nah.
Yeah.
Selective outrage.
Right. Facts.
That bar's going nowhere. Number 3, Future, March Madness. And number 4,
Hold on. I want to give you some behind the scenes on this last record.
What's up?
I picked this record to get Dance's record the fuck up out of here.
Which one? The Shorty Low Dunda? Yeah.
That was my goal. That's why I picked What Up Was Happening.
Yeah, and you dropped the ball.
He was my.
And you dropped the ball.
I dropped the ball? That might have ended.
I love what happened. I love it.
Listen.
Us
as music guys, listen, for us, it makes sense.
This is the type of record I would expect Trav to have, one of them type of records. You know what I mean?
That's not his bag. So,
it's showing.
When you start going Southern, it's like he's...
Because I could have went very commercial with T.I. I could have did Swagger Like Us. I could have did so many different... I could have did You Can Have Whatever You Like.
Listen, they don't like when you get in your bag. That's what I'm noticing. The people don't like when you get in your bag. You gotta get in your bag, but be safe at the same time. If you want to win.
And the thing is, like, it's a couple people that leave comments that can sway the actual list and how
I know.
it goes.
I've been a victim.
I'm sitting there looking at like, depending on who comments first is going to dictate how things start.
I've been a victim of it. I know. I've learned my lesson 2 weeks in a row.
But Dez being in his prime, in the clubs. I mean, it was impossible for Dez not to win this week.
But see, it was extra pressure.
But those records wasn't supposed to win.
Why not?
They are Columbus.
Bricks, done.
Let me ask you a question. And let's be honest. Just be honest.
I wanted to make the trap say, hey, for real, but I was just like, I didn't want to get penalized.
I did that.
I know, but.
And niggas didn't blink at it.
They didn't.
I know they wouldn't.
They didn't.
You did it.
Yeah,
I did that.
People weren't outside then. They just didn't know.
Listen, Freeze even hit me up like, I mean, like, are some of these people really been outside? Like, I don't know. I don't remember seeing none of these
people. All right, so we'll get to my records and then we can recap it and get up out of here. So number one, I kind of feel like I dropped the ball with this, but I did this, on the pandering slightly, to bring people into it. So
learn from me.
Number one, Waka Flocka. Oh, let's do it, but I did the remix version.
But there's the Panthers do work.
It's the right Panthers.
It gotta be the right word.
It's the right Panthers.
But you know what fucked this up?
What?
Is Burn leaving that comment saying that fucked you up because niggas went crazy when Ross and Diddy and them jumped on the remix.
Yeah.
Niggas went crazy. He fucked it up. You know what I mean? Number two, I thought this was one of them.
All the way.
Roscoe Dash featuring Soulja Boy.
Hey, that was super radio friendly.
let's
I was like, that was super radio friendly.
Are you ready?
What's up?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All the way turned up.
No,
Roscoe Dash.
Next, what's next?
Number three.
You ready?
And Dez, like, I'm glad because we gonna call Dez out on this because I can't believe Dez keep trying to front on this record, knowing what it did, knowing what it meant to the A.
You know what it is, don't you?
Number three, YFN Lucci featuring Migos in Trouble. Keys to the fucking street. Dez can shake his head all he wants. I know he got to stick to the script. No.
Laid a rotten egg with that one.
Dez, that ain't,
Reese, I know you love that record too. I know
that ain't one of the ones?
No. Free the slats. Free thuggers.
See? Look.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I get it. He got to stick to the slander but Dez knows what YFN Lucci's record did. You know what it did.
Hey,
Dez.
take off what's so crazy on that. Take off what's so goddamn crazy on that record.
Hey, that record is crazy. And it did a lot for Lucci's career. Like
you love this album.
Yeah. I love Lucci. Like
I'm about to say he loved
this album in particular. Reese was really got a lot of burn.
Nah, take off went so crazy on Key to Street.
And
that's
then,
the one with Trouble on that too, right?
Yeah, Trouble on it. Rest in peace. Take off.
Take off. Go ahead, take off. That's what
they
be
going back and forth. They be
take
fucking this up.
Hey, they went
And I'm like, niggas like, hold up.
Hey, the fan base said,
y'all ain't got no love for Death Row. Like that's how I'm up there feeling like.
Why so for life, man?
And number four, OJ the Juice Man featuring Gucci. Make the trap say, hey.
Columbus State.
Which is maybe niggas didn't know that.
I'm gonna be honest, Reese. All the way turned up and all the way turned up fucked you up on that.
No, let's do it.
I get it, but I knew all the way turned up wasn't going.
Every time they come on in the club, niggas lose their mind though.
No, really, no.
Come on, man.
Depends on where you at. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Columbus, Ohio. Well, you know what I've learned in my life. Columbus, Ohio. We are a very hood city.
Yeah, we are.
Like when you go, like half the music that we play here, you're not gonna hear nowhere else, bro. Mm-hmm. Like we love hood shit, bro. Like we don't really like commercial shit.
Yeah,
we like hood shit, bro.
So Lex, you've heard all the records. What do you think of the Atlanta playlist? What's the hits? What's the misses? Like what did we miss out on?
Can't stand it. Dez's playlist is my favorite.
Okay,
for sure.
But
I'm not understanding the. I guess I get it now that you've explained the Jeezy situation, but that's my fave. So.
Outside of, what was your favorite? Like, is there anything that you just like, damn, I can't believe y'all didn't have this for an Atlanta playlist? Anything off top?
Not off top.
Go ahead.
I did want to get back to you, Des. Clearly you won this week. Cool. I can, bow out gracefully.
It hurts his soul because him and Trey, that was in there. They was, Trey had a friend with
Heavy
him,
maybe,
and he
but
was
y'all
like,
had Gucci
he loved being on the other side of it. So it was like, yeah, go ahead.
And I just want you to be honest. See, that's the thing. Des don't never be honest.
What?
You already don't want.
If he doesn't agree, does not mean he's not being honest.
No, he's not being honest. Gucci Mane.
Allegations.
Allegations. False accusations. Gucci Mane. Bricks.
Classic.
Is it,
Classic.
Yes. It's a
That's
classic. You
top-
saying it's top 5 Gucci song?
It depends on what you look at.
Anywhere. Like,
It is.
It's not even in Columbus.
I'm saying this. It depends on what Gucci you talking about. Because there's areas of Gucci.
is there 5 records that you would play over Bricks?
No.
Just Gucci.
Yes.
No, just Gucci. No, Bricks is
Bricks is up there.
Y'all are-
Make the trap. That one's up there too for me.
bro. Bricks
What's
is
5?
I don't know the names of them. I can sing them for you. Go ahead.
Oh, here's one of them.
So icy.
no. So Icy's not going to get going over Bricks.
Not Columbia.
So listen, so Icy,
Not anywhere. You think it's gonna go over anywhere?
listen, Reese. So Icy is only for a pocket of Gucci fans.
And Bricks are?
even
No.
even big Gucci fans ain't really looking for So Icy. That's a fact.
Bricks is
Bricks.
Bricks is a song. The
Listen,
rest of Gucci is
I
trap
love
music.
Bricks. I love Bricks because I love Gucci. But you gotta love Gucci, and I feel like a lot of people love Gucci, but they don't love Gucci. To like So Icy, niggas ain't. If you play So Icy in the club, niggas ain't moving. You play Bricks, niggas is moving.
I hate Gucci put out so much records.
You play make the trap say, hey,
Try-
niggas
try-
is
try-
moving.
You try to go get a
Go
Susie
ahead.
is up there.
Go ahead, it's damn near 20 years old, and niggas is still moving when you.
Susie. Is that what the record's called?
No,
That's
I think I love her. I think I love her.
her.
Yeah.
What about Lemonade?
I
No.
love Lemonade, but that's more of a song. It ain't his
And
song.
it also depends on where you at,
It's
bro.
not his song either.
But Lemonade's not over Bricks, bro. Bricks is top
Oh,
5.
Lemonade
You don't think? Yeah, that's a song. You don't think? You don't think Heavy?
Heavy's
No.
up there for me.
It depends. I'm
Like
saying,
you said, it depends on
When that
depends
first
on
part
what you're
comes
paying for.
out, yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, I know it's the beat too. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. But Bricks.
No,
is a-
Bricks is. Mm-hmm.
Bricks is like that's a classic Gucci record, bro.
Okay.
That's like
Okay.
if you want to move the needle, you like if you kind of like want to break the ice, you play Bricks. It's gonna move. Here, we talking here. I don't know, where else you at. But here, Bricks is gonna move.
Oh no, I mean I waved a white flag on that. Like I'm aware of what I'm up against.
The last few weeks he needed the dub.
I listen. I'm hearing the narrative. It don't phase me though. It don't phase me.
You and Trav was going a little too crazy on that.
It don't.
And y'all sway in the public.
No, that's
It
because
was.
no, I didn't put nothing out in the public.
You put a lot of smoke on my.
The thing is that we've never seen nobody's list just get that,
I had Sarah like, y'all letting Dez down.
and they came to his rescue this
They
week.
needed to. I felt like his demographic wasn't showing up for him.
They showed up this week.
No, just saying.
Thank you.
Multiple
Don
comments.
didn't even say nothing. Don didn't say nothing. Don didn't even say nothing.
Multiple
And
comments.
y'all love to say my management team be swaying the like.
But all in all, the consensus that I got is that everybody loved all the records. You know what I mean? Like,
We on our back for sure.
yeah, we definitely.
That ain't the consensus I
Yeah,
got.
you ain't got that?
Because y'all told me, I mean, you've never seen a lick, but I mean, this week, I've never seen a licks publicly get bombed on like Travs. I mean, have we ever seen that? Have we ever seen
Or
that?
Trav.
Not bombed on like that.
Have we ever seen
it
that?
almost looked like it was
Y'all
staged.
might have seen that in DMs.
Yeah. We seen it in DMs.
Y'all probably have
or we
private
just seen,
conversations.
or we just seen where people just
First-
don't respond at all and say
First
nothing.
comment was, Trav got the 107.5 list. Never seen
But
it.
that shit came from you.
I didn't know. I ain't had nothing to do with that.
I know you didn't have nothing to do
I
with
had
it.
nothing
He's
to do
gonna
with
think
that.
it.
But there's no way that Travis will say that didn't come from you.
But
A
to the defense,
intro, nigga.
I hit him with that as soon as you threw us
Exactly,
in. I told him that in our
look,
chat.
and Blaze, that's what made it so funny because Reese called it before we even released it. And so for a nigga to say it, I'm like, wow.
Travis is never gonna believe that you didn't have nothing to do with it.
Hey, man.
Right. You can't
Hey,
have that. So.
if you're a music nigga, you shouldn't even have this type of problem.
This is a non-music nigga type of list.
Yeah.
So with that said,
Especially he DJing in the club.
yeah. And I was in somebody's live last night, and I heard Trav in the back getting busy, and he was mixing it up in the South. So you know what I mean, like he knows the records, like so. There's no reason for him to go
Hey, man, if you
top 40.
Listen, bro.
Tap
Hit the
in,
chat. Hit
tap
the chat,
in with,
man. Tap in with Big man.
All right.
Spare no expense, man.
With that said, for this week, As I was driving over here, this came to me, and I wanted to know if y'all wanted to do this. For this week's playlist, I want to do remixes.
All right. Like just remixes, period?
Just remixes, period. We can be R&B, it can be rap, whatever you want to do. Like, I don't want to limit nobody from, oh, I want this. But, I was thinking maybe we can just do remixes. Like, there's plenty of them out there.
It's too many of them.
Now, again, this is a list that once we put it out there, it is the possibility, niggas. A remix may mean something to me or you that it don't connect.
And listen, and Reese,
that's the beauty of this.
Reese, that's the beauty of this. But that's
the pressure too, though.
I don't think y'all understand how hard it is for us to do these lists. Man. You know what I mean? So look, I was under the gun. I'm gonna be honest. If I would have got my ass kicked this week, I might not have showed up this week. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like back-to-back L's and hearing these niggas talk shit, like it was win or bust for me. You feel what I'm saying? But people don't understand. Like when you only have 4 records to choose from, it sounds easy, but it is extremely difficult.
Because as soon as you submit it, you're like, oh shit,
right?
Right.
And right, because as soon as you submit it, but because really what we fuck. The people fuck you up. That's really what be fucking me up.
And you start overthinking.
Because I be confident in my picks, but then I'll be like, oh shit, what if I don't? What if niggas ain't fucking with me? That's what really be.
And that's what we're doing. We're throwing it out there for the people to look at it and dissect it. You know what I mean? Like, because again, it's not going to change how I feel about any of the records that I put out there. But you also hate seeing your shit get killed.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, oh man, fuck you. I want to respond to somebody like, pull up, nigga.
Hey, but listen, but we don't want, please, I don't want none of y'all listen to the show and stop doing what y'all doing. Without y'all, y'all make y'all
close to getting y'all's muffin track.
Y'all are what make the list keep going. Y'all make it fun, and y'all make it competitive amongst us. Like,
and also too, leave comments on the actual because I'm not. I get a lot of DMs and your list this week is fine. I'm like,
I know.
Stop fucking
but you
telling
can't say
me.
nothing because you don't want to be like
right. But go, please. We want engagement on the WWTB page. Yes, leave your comments in the comments for the public. Like I don't get it. Like some people just too cool to leave a comment on. Like, I don't know.
It's us.
Yeah, and it's all in fun. You know what I mean? But if you can, please go to the What We Talking About Instagram page and leave your engagement, your comments there. You know.
Shout out to Murph. Murph gives a preemptive.
Oh yeah.
Like Murph will come in at the beginning and give a preview.
Man, the mics is strictly in the story now. Like, shout out to Murph.
He gave a full paragraph. Like somebody might be coming a new GOAT. Which is me.
Oh, he was referring to you.
He said, we put it out. He's like, Blazers don't keep becoming the GOAT is consistency. Yeah, nice.
All right, or maybe y'all just got the same taste in music.
That's fine. That's really all of it. That's really all these lists are about. Like everybody should get a number 1 vote every week.
Every week, and believe it or not,
they typically do.
Everybody do, right? Yeah. Except Dez in a couple of weeks, but other than that, we
that's cap.
So y'all cool on the remix, or did y'all have any, cool. Or maybe even less? You can pick what would you like to see on the playlist this week? Possible
remix is good.
Remixes is good. Y'all cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I mean, I can
rap and R&B. Dez will be gone, but you still gonna get them submitted? Like you can still get them to us?
I'm gonna submit them, man. I don't need to Wednesday.
I'll be on Tuesday.
I don't need to Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so for now, we looking at remixes. What else?
I don't know. We might not.
Might not be no show. This might be the last episode. Like y'all might want to NFT this. Like this might be worth some money right here. You might never see this dynamic duo again. Get your NFT now. Shout out to Trav, man. I hope you. Hey, listen. Look, you see the smiles on our faces. Like, please don't come back in here with that bullshit, because I will crack your muffin next week.
The listeners need to know that. Trav be mad for real.
He be mad for real. Like when niggas be up here smiling, killing his list. And again, I said this when he wasn't here last time. Like we've never said nothing on these mics that we haven't said to him
directly.
He just don't like being talked about when he ain't here. Right, you know what I mean? That's what he's going to say. Niggas was being super extra, I see. You know what I mean? We gonna get on that. But, you know, that's our brother, so we deal with it. With that said, so we off the playlist talk. Let's get into some real talk. I know the last couple of weeks I've been saying that we're going to get back into having some real talk. This week is perfect. We have a special guest. Again, Lex, thank you for being with us tonight. So what I want to talk about, and we're going to get into a whole bunch of different things, but the first thing that I wanted to get into was men that want to date younger women or women who like dating older. Either or, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to have a discussion on it because I do see online, like, whenever a guy pops out with a younger woman, I go right to the comments and I see a lot of comments like, oh, he just trying to manipulate her, or he's trying to be controlling, like, he couldn't get nobody, he couldn't run that bullshit on nobody his age. You know what I mean? Like, I see that a lot. But then when a younger woman gets an older man, you know, it's kind of like, oh yeah, salute sis, like goes, you know what I mean? Like they champion that. So whereas it's almost like a double standard, which we do know double standards do exist. It is what it is. But I just wanted to know, how do you feel about when you see an older man that is dating, you know, a woman that's significant, much younger than him? You know what I mean? Like, or do you even bat an eye at that at all?
I personally have always dated older. But it didn't really resonate. Like, I remember dating older when I was like 18, 19, and all the like 30-year-olds would talk about how like the men can't get someone their age and like blah, blah, blah. And now that I'm older, feel like it's a lot easier to manipulate or mold a younger
So you feel
woman.
like there's some truth to that a little bit?
100%. I feel like men and women also mature differently. So a woman dating an older man, depending on I feel like after 25, it really doesn't matter. But prior to that, like a woman dating an older man, it's just, we mature a little faster. So that's how I look at it. If you're still dating, if you're 40 dating 20-year-olds, like to me, it just looks like something may be a little off with you. Because why are you dating someone who has no life experience that can't really...
But in that same breath, you know, if you reverse it, like you said, you've always dated older, and a lot of women do. When you turn that around, like, they don't see that as an issue.
At 30 now, looking back at me being 18, dating a 28-year-old, it was ridiculous. Yeah. And my mom told me, everybody, and when you're young, you have to bump your head and figure it out. But no, it's not. You don't have enough life experience at that point. You don't have enough to be really like your own person. Yeah, you may think that you are. You may think that you're mature. But as you get older and get more mature, you look back and are like, yeah, that was a little wild. He did have more control over me than somebody would have now at this age, me knowing myself as I do now.
For me, like, I was always kind of like, not scared of it, but more so like, I was scared of maybe the backlash of even attempting that. I won't sit up here and act like I've never been involved with a younger woman. But as far as like on a serious tip or even like dating or being in a relationship, no, I can't say that I have. Have I messed around with a younger girl? I have before. Do
you see the difference in dealing with a younger and an older?
I'll give a story. This is like maybe like 10 years ago. And the chick at the time, she was 22. She had just turned 22.
And how old were you?
I was 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 30 at the time. Or 31. Maybe 30 or 31, one of the two. And I just felt, it was almost like, I felt like I had to creep or sneak around because it just felt like it wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it maybe have something to do with my upbringing. You know, it's different reasons why people do certain things. But what I did notice as far as the difference with her was like, it was more so, she just was kind of like super immature to me. You know what I mean? Like in the priorities, like the things that she deemed as important or shit that she wanted to do, I didn't necessarily care about it.
It's completely different.
Yeah, you know, so it wasn't really a connection as far as mentally, you know what I mean? But I thought she was cold, you know what I mean? Like, so a lot of that shit, you know, we able to overlook, you know, because of the physical. But Des, Blaze, like, what's y'all's thoughts on when y'all see an older man dating a younger woman? Like, what's the first thing that you think about, whether it be good or bad? You know what I mean? Like, just how do you feel about it? Like, or even, and we'll ask you, Blaze. I mean, I know Jessica's married, but, you know, at some point she wasn't. Like, did you ever encounter her dating somebody a lot older than her?
Never. She always dated the person I was like in the grade with her.
Okay.
From what I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never dealt with it as far as my sibling is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Now the person that I dated and was married to was 6 years older than me, but it wasn't super duper crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as the difference, as far as 6 years, in my opinion, and I always felt like I was super mature for my age anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's nothing super wrong with it. Do I look at it a little side eye like everybody else? Of course. But I think it, depending on the person, it can be fine or it can be a problem. If you got an immature 18-year-old person and then they're dating somebody who's way older, you look at it with a little like, like I got an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's 14 in real life. In my
Right.
mind. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine a chick 20-something wanting to be involved?
I couldn't see Jamal doing what I did. Like, it's not a thing. Like, I was like an old 18-year-old. And so, you know. No.
But in hindsight, looking back, don't you feel like you're completely different? Like you've.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's certain things that I went for back to like you were saying that I wouldn't go. Like, I wouldn't even. It wouldn't even be a consideration.
Right.
These days. So yeah, for sure.
Des, how you feel about it?
I think the age gap plays like, you know what I mean. How big is the gap? You feel me? 6 years. 10
What's
years?
a comfortable gap to you? Like that you wouldn't look at side eyed.
All right. Like, I feel like a woman 35 dating a man that's 50 wouldn't be crazy, right?
Not at all.
You know what I mean? But like a woman
20 dating a
25
35-year-old.
dating like a 45-year-old, like that's gonna be crazy. You feel
'Cause
me?
you don't
It
have life
sounds crazy, but
It doesn't sound crazy. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So like I feel like where a person is at in age kind of is going to kind of sway you on how you view it. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's just like like a woman 21, 22 like dealing with somebody in they like early 40s, it's going to be kind of like
I mean, but can a man just?
you know what I mean? Like
Can a man just give shallow reasons and be like, she in her physical prime right now? That's why I'm on it. Like, she cold and she grown.
hey, but I mean, to each his own. Like, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But I'm just saying. But you know what I mean. But I mean, hey man, y'all know I like to really turn a blind eye to shit like that. So I'll just really be like, you know, as long as it's legal, you know what I mean.
And see, that's the thing though. All of it is legal, you know. Technically, like if you're 18, right? You know what I mean. In the state of Ohio,
But
I believe
yeah,
that's
but see, like even that, right? Like somebody 29 want to deal with somebody 18. That's crazy to me.
That was me, and
Yeah,
it was
it's like-
ridiculous.
What do you really see?
No, because what are you doing?
Right.
They're fresh out of high. They have no experience in
Yeah.
anything. Their brain's not even fully developed. Like
That's crazy.
it's just not.
And like to give it like a man's perspective on it, like again, I was so scared of doing it because I didn't want to meet the parents of somebody that
Right.
young, and I gotta say that I'm such and such. Like, who is this grown ass nigga with
Right.
a beard
Yeah,
driving
that's
a
what I'm
home
saying.
crib and all?
Right.
Like, who's this nigga? You know what I mean? Can you imagine meeting somebody's dad and telling them, "Yeah, I'm 30," and this daughter is 19 or 18? Like,
I mean, like let's paint the picture. Can you imagine like Dre right now date somebody with her own crib?
no, I'm not going for it. Like, that's rape. No.
What are you doing? Like,
Yeah, like, you're not about to turn him
Changing
out.
his
'Cause
life is
that's
what
all
you
that's
doing.
gonna
That's
do.
what happened. Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna turn him out. You know, his
Exactly.
nose gonna be wide the fuck open.
Yep.
And now I gotta shoot this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not turning my baby out. Not yet. You know what I mean? Like,
you feel me? So, yeah, man,
but we see it so much though. Like, it's almost like, cause I mean, for an example, like I guess it's just overlooked. Like when you rich, like you can just get away with so much shit, right? You can get away with murder, basically, like because somebody, Diddy, you know what I mean? Diddy in Young Miami, like I think Diddy got her by what 20, 25 years, some shit like that.
Lord.
Lori Harvey, you know what I mean? Same thing. Like I think Michael B. Jordan had her. Now, Damson might be in his mid-20s or maybe 30. I don't know how old he is. Like, we can look that up. But I know Michael B. Jordan is probably about, 35? Some shit like that. How old is Lori? Do we know how old she is?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I heard on the JBP, they said she was 24. I don't believe that to be true.
I think she is young.
I thought she was about 24, anywhere from 23 to 26.
Really?
That's what I thought. You know what I mean? Just doing the math on
She's
it.
26.
She 26, okay.
Yeah, she's 26.
Oh, so she ain't as young as I
Michael
thought.
B. Jordan's 36. Damson is 31.
Yeah. So I have no issue with neither one of those. You know, 26 and 36, like cool. Like, and you know, I guess there are exceptions to every rule, and this is not necessarily a rule, but with them being in entertainment, Hollywood, I guess it's just looked at differently. But when you're dealing with the typical, regular, everyday motherfucker, it's just looked at in such a negative light. And it was just something that I wanted to speak on, just to see, where our minds was with it, because again, like, I see it shamed so much, and I'm not sitting here trying to be an advocate for it or promote it, but I do want to know, why is it such a negative stance taken when it comes to that? Like, it's almost like a man is being shamed, for, like, I guess preference has really been pushed to the side. Like, a nigga, nobody can really have a preference no more. You know what I mean? Like, because it turns into, well, you only dating light skin or you only dating dark skin. It's like, can that be what somebody likes? But I feel like that's only
with men. Like, I can say I like a man that's 6 foot and up and nobody will look at me
right,
crazy.
It's all good.
I can say I like dark skinned men over light, nobody looks at me crazy. As soon as y'all say I prefer light skinned women over dark skinned women, or dark skinned women over whatever, it's like it's an uproar. Absolutely.
So I mean, and again, we said, double standards, we definitely know that they do exist. So it's just something that we got to deal with. I was just curious to see how y'all felt about it. Still on that topic, or not necessarily on that topic, but in that neighborhood, we was talking off mic about commitment, and just, I guess this ties into preference as well, as far as like what type of guys women like, versus being I don't like calling a regular guy versus a toxic, whatever. Like, just one particular guy versus this particular guy. Normally, the guy who's deemed as a good guy, per se, versus a bad guy. Huh?
Piece of shit.
A piece of shit? You want to say that? Yeah. But we see that ongoing nonstop, to whereas the saying is nice guys always finish last. Lex, I'm going to come to you first. How do you feel about a good guy versus a piece of shit, as Blaze said? What's your thoughts on that? Like, or how do you evaluate a guy that's coming at you? Like, do you line it up and be like, check off this box? Like, how's that process?
I think my problem is, like, once you become so independent, or like you're forced to become independent in life, it's like hard to date a nice guy who wants to do everything for you, because it's hard to get back into like a submissive situation, or like let yourself not take the lead with things. So I think that's my problem personally. Mm-hmm. As far as dating a nice guy, I'm just so used to I got it, and I can't let the nice guy be nice because I always got everything. I got it.
Is there a negative connotation placed on a guy being deemed nice? Like, what's wrong with a nice guy?
There's nothing wrong with it. I just think I have become overly independent to where, I mean, I've been by myself for 10 years at this point, so it's like, I got it. I can carry the washer and dryer at this point. Like, I don't need you to do anything. I don't need you to open the door. I just don't. I have a hard time letting a man be a man.
So, and I don't want to, this is definitely not an interview. I don't want you to feel like that. So the stuff that you said, like, I don't need you to open the door, I don't need you to carry this, like,
I would like that. It's just, I'm just so used to going and doing it that it's just like.
So, but is it a turn off if a guy comes in your life and he start doing that?
No, it's just hard for me to let it happen. So then it's just like I'm already at the door by the time you're there. Like, you know, like so it's hard for me. I have to really think and focus to let that stuff happen without doing it first.
Fellas, have y'all been in a position to where you felt like of course nobody never, at least not in my experience, they don't come out and just classify you as this, but you can almost feel like you being placed into a category of such and such. Like I said, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been considered a nice guy, and I've been considered a piece of shit. You know what I mean? That's just the reality of it. Blaze, you said, yeah, so when you was in the situation, when you felt that, like, was there a conversation, or was it just like, hold up, like, you think shit's sweet? Like, how does that go, like, once you actually get the feeling yourself, like, hold on?
So I can't really speak on that a ton because, you know, I was in a relationship from 18.
Right.
You know, so dating is just a new thing that's happening for me now.
Mm-hmm.
And at the age that I'm at, the nice guy is kind of was where it's at.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like the established guy is kind of the look.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really had the experience of the nice guy because I was in such a long-term relationship.
Mm.
But I'm sure I would have been filling the category of the nice guy, though, for sure.
Des, you got any experience? Like, what's your stance or your take on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely pretty sure. One of each in different people's books. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, I feel like life, the game can sway you either way.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because sometimes certain people just come into your life at a time where you just ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Or you just at a place where it's just like you super guarded. You put you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, right? So it may fuck up a potential good situation, but that's just you just ain't where you feel like you need to be at for the situation to work. You feel what I'm saying?
But are you honest about that, or are we just like?
That's
what makes
I think that's one of the things. I think that's one of the things that's always kind of kept me, like, I guess you could say, like, safe in a situation, because I don't feel like I've ever led anybody on.
So do you feel like you tell people and then you become the piece of shit because somebody's trying to make you something that you're not?
Yeah, I feel like or I feel like I'm a real, like, go with the flow type of guy. So it's like I'm going with the flow. Like, I'm not leading you on, like, saying like, oh yeah, I want.
Right.
You feel me? We dating, we doing,
right.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, a nigga might make a detour. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't completely cutting you off. Like, fuck you, this, that, and third.
Right.
But it's just like we ain't linking like we used to.
Right.
We ain't talking like we used to, and that shit just it happens. I mean, that's dating, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the part of dating that people don't like to talk about. Like, you feeling you're it's essentially like a motherfucking interview.
But
like,
how long are we dating before we decide, like, okay, I guess it's
look. I think this is the thing, right? It's like
I love this conversation.
people. I feel like I don't want to say people. Let's keep it all the way. But I feel like women have a problem when men date multiple women, but y'all date multiple men, right? So like, I feel like, so like, for instance, right? Like, let's say if you feeling a dude, right? But like, that ain't your man, but you feeling this nigga, right? But you not about to be feeling that he's entertaining other women.
I'm not naive to the fact.
Right, and you may not.
And do I want to hear about it and see it? Absolutely not.
But that's what I'm saying, though, right? Okay, cool, right. So, and I feel like at this point in people in our lives, right? Like, nobody's naive to it, right?
But I feel like people are delusional. Like, they really think, like, okay, like, we're really talking. He's only talking. No.
But okay, so that's the problem, right? So let's say, like, y'all, you know what I mean? So let's say, like, a dude is dating a woman, and he giving her that energy that she like or whatever, but also too, like, you may not be the only woman getting that vibe. You know what I'm saying? He might be giving that vibe to another woman too.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, but he's not.
Only thing he's doing is being himself.
Yeah, but
You know
he's
what I mean?
not. He's not leading neither one of y'all on. He's just y'all just like he might. You know, y'all kicking it this and the third.
Before.
But this is just him. This is what he do.
Yeah.
You feel me?
This is the vibe that I provide. I can't help it that not only you but somebody else is feeling that vibe. So I mean, I guess
and I feel like that becomes. But I feel like that becomes an
point do you
issue.
decide like, okay, I like this one, or do you not? Do you keep going till you're 60 and dating?
See, that's I don't like.
No, yeah,
I'm just asking.
There's two things that you did out of that. First of all, there's no way to be exempt from the asshole conversation because if I don't do what you want me to do, if it doesn't align with what your agenda is, I'm gonna be an asshole no matter how I go about it because I didn't do what you wanted me to do. So that's the first thing because you may be, especially just speaking for myself, I come looking like the husband package.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And so if I don't think that you is the wife package, then I'm foul. That's not necessarily fair to me.
I just feel like you're only foul if you don't disclose this information. Like if if you're talking to a woman and you are being the husband package, she may feel like she's the wife package and you two are doing what you're supposed to be doing and then all of a sudden you start getting weird and she's confused. Like we were just what happened?
So that's the part that I feel like is unfair. It's like when we're dating, we're getting to know each other. And
how long are we dating? What is the dating
she
period? Because I want to know
want
what
a
is
time
the
frame
dating.
on it.
Yeah, I want a time frame. Are you guys doing this for years? Like I need to.
No, hell no. This is within the first few months.
Okay.
You're getting to know somebody.
Okay.
And then,
So we're talking like the first 3.
fair.
Okay.
It's a little early, but fair.
Okay. Now 90 days is you start glitching out after 3 months.
Right, but the representative is still there, right? So when you start to get down to the nuts and the bolts of it, it might be somebody who.
That's what I'm
frankly,
saying. After 3 months, you can't really hide your personality
right,
for too much longer.
Because you might find out that I don't really like this person
Exactly.
as much as I thought I did. And is that okay?
Yeah. 100%.
I think
But
it's okay.
it needs you gotta have a conversation. We can't just start being weird.
So
That's the
what
problem.
conversation is it that's
This
needed,
was
though?
cool. Loved our time that we spent. Not really feeling it anymore. Unfortunately, sorry if you are. But
this is the confusion.
But why is that necessary though? Like, how come you can't just pick
because
up
what
on
if she's not picking?
I'm not around.
Somebody's
no more.
got to be able to have communication.
I done started
at
drifting.
this big ass age.
I done started drifting away. Like I agree with what you're saying. Like communication definitely is key, and it should be had as an adult. But sometimes you just be like,
past the 3-month mark, you just disappearing out.
is everybody deserving of an explanation?
No.
That's a lot. That's a lot of someone's time wasted, though.
So
Mine's
so-
too.
Hold up. You
It
you
is.
be giving niggas the exit interview when you done?
I get it.
I don't get to 3. I usually don't. I'm not.
It depends on you know.
Y'all make it in 3 months?
I'm not. I'm usually up out of there.
Damn. How soon?
It just depends. I've only been in one relationship in my life,
Okay.
and that was 12 years ago.
Okay,
One,
but
one that you
okay.
claiming or
Yeah.
No, what? I mean, I have dated people, but as far as
And then
being
you be
outside
out,
in a relationship,
But you be out within 3 months when you date these people?
yeah.
What's the reason behind that?
she told us why it's commitment. Like, but we're gonna get to that. That's on the docket.
So at this big age, you
Yeah.
I'm honest about it.
Oh, so hold up. So
She wearing that
Keep
truth.
in mind, her age is not that big. People have to remember
I
that.
said this from jump. Just be honest about your intention. That's my
Time
first.
out. But so off rip, you be telling niggas
I hate when
you might not make it in
say
3
that.
months.
No, because
what the fuck?
no, absolutely
I'm
not.
just-
No, but
You
if
think?
we're communicating,
No woman wants to hear the fact that you just want to fuck. Like that's
Right, but they always say just be honest. Like no, like
No.
I can't give you that raw, honest truth because that's gonna hurt your feelings. Like
And it's gonna hurt
that's
my
all you see
chances
me.
of
Right
actually
now, I
fucking.
might not get the fuck. Like no, I'm.
Why would I want to sacrifice? I tell my homegirls all the time. Why would I sacrifice the box? You want me to tell you the truth? To sacrifice the box?
Right, and let's keep it a
What
buck.
am I
Like
for?
we can keep, being good and rocking out, and we might fuck around and fall in love and turn into something, but it don't change the fact that yes, initially I do want to fuck. Like,
right?
But I'm not. Why do y'all want us to come out and tell you that?
I don't know. I guess just to draw the line of like, I feel like as women, and it's changing a little bit now because we have the city girls that are telling you to go fuck X, Y, and Z and do this and blah blah blah. But I feel like as women, we like target in on one person rather than like dating around. Whereas men date around, but as soon as we lock in with the person, I feel like
here we go, Des Cook.
we lock in.
So that's where it sounds like the issue is that women have an issue with men dating multiple women because they feel like the same treatment as what he's doing or however he's treating.
I just feel like
me.
it's messy.
What's
I
messy?
think it's only messy if you allow it to be messy or if you make it messy. If
Hold
I'm
on,
being
date-
honest,
date multiple women?
You don't know. I just feel like as a man, I mean, do y'all want to hear that you're somebody that you're dating or whatever? Say, okay, she went out with 5 different people
no,
this
you
week,
don't.
and you
You
hear about
definitely
all.
don't want to hear it. No,
No one
I'm
wants to hear-
saying that's where it gets messy. Like, it's,
But we also just said that we not naive. So it's like if a nigga come talking to you, right, like off the rip, like you may not necessarily be dating, but you might be
entertainers.
entertaining
Right.
other niggas. It's just a harsh reality.
Yeah,
So
and-
no one wants to hear it, no one wants to feel it, but it is what it is. So if this is what you really want to pursue, you got to put your big boy draws on and step. And it's whether we like it or not, it's a competition.
And you have to know that going into it, like off rip, she's not my girl. So
Facts.
off rip, yeah, no.
you know what I mean? Like
So,
so, you
okay.
have
But
to-
months into a relationship of us
But who said it was a
but
relationship?
and you
dating,
and you
even
just said,
dating.
Lex, though, that you don't even consider those relationships.
They're not. I should have said dating. Months
Okay.
later.
Okay,
dating.
so
I
okay.
consider everything a relationship.
All right, so
You consider everything a relationship?
I mean, even my friendships. I consider
So
a relationship.
let me ask you this then, Lex. Okay, if you're dating someone, how long into the dating do you say, all right, now
You're
it's time to start
exclusive.
now it's time to start cutting off the other people?
I feel like it's a conversation.
A while, yeah. I feel like you do have to have a conversation. It just
You
depends
gotta
on the
have the
person.
exclusive
Right.
dating conversation.
Yeah, that it has to be a conversation.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, but
I
so,
mean, don't it turn
so it
like
can't
if
be
it
like
turns to
yeah.
exclusive dating, then like we're a couple now, like
Yeah,
right?
we're together.
Right.
So
And then there is no dating.
it's kind of
with people,
unspoken,
so,
right?
yeah.
Now I'm not dating anymore.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Too many rules out there, man. You gotta do what's best for you or what works for you, I guess.
But I do agree. I mean, communication is a big part of it.
But I don't think everybody's owed an explanation. I really
not
don't.
yet.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I don't think everybody is, but I think if you spend enough time with someone, you should, try to let them know, like, I'm not feeling this anymore. Like, not just ghost somebody or start being weird.
Yeah.
I mean, either way it goes, you're gonna hurt their feelings. Right?
100%. But you might as well be honest and give somebody a reason rather than just like
But
disappearing.
there might be an opportunity for you to try to work through some things though too. Maybe you don't want to do it because it's too early in the game, but like maybe I'm feeling a certain type of way, so I'm gonna try to at least talk to you, see okay, I feel where you're coming from. Let's see if we can make some adjustments, and then you go forward with that.
I agree 100%. So, but let me ask you this: like, if your mind is made up on who you think this person is and how you see it, and you see it, going nowhere, having that conversation is going to do what necessarily?
I don't necessarily mean like in that particular instance that you gave. I'm rolling with you on that. But sometimes it can be like a timing thing. Like sometimes it can be like I've got so much going on. I may not have the most time to be
Even that for me, like,
investing into a relationship. That doesn't mean that you might still fuck with that person.
right?
But it might be a situation where you're busy, they're busy, y'all's time is not aligning up. Y'all can't really do you can't really
The couple
build
like,
into it
right,
like you
right.
really want to. That doesn't mean like in that turn you might be able to revisit it down the line or whatever the case may be or not. But that's another circumstance as well. It ain't like I just don't fuck with them. It's just that this timing right now doesn't really align for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to sit here and think if someone's ever told me that the timing right now ain't good. Well, I have had somebody tell me that they don't feel like I give them enough of my time. You know what I mean? Like, and this is them knowing coming into it, what my commitments were and what my obligations were. Like, I try to be so upfront with that. Like, you know what I mean? I got this going on. I got this going on. I'm interested though. You know what I mean? Like, anytime that I do have, like, I'm willing to give you that time, but a lot of my time is allotted. You know what I mean? So take it or leave it. And a lot of the times they take it, and once they get in it and see what it is, like, oh, he was being honest. And now I'm still the fucking bad guy. Like, you still mad at me?
There's no avoiding the bad guy.
You know
Because
what
I
I
just
mean?
feel like you go into those people go into those relationships expecting to be able to change somebody. Or like, I told you what it was, and this is what it is, and this is just what it is, rather than trying to
Right. And see,
change what I said.
and that's why that's my stance on, like, as far as, like, you know, giving an explanation or having a conversation. It's like, I gave you that courtesy up front when I let you know who I was and what I was about. And
That's kind of different if you are up front.
Yeah,
like
see,
that
I'm
with
up
it.
front with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's probably why, you know, I feel the way that I do.
Yeah.
Like, you knew what it was.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you weren't blindsided.
Right.
By it. Still talking about relationships and everything. We was talking about commitment. And how some people can be jaded on it or just feel away. And what exactly do we see as commitment? Because, again, like I think Blaze just said, he deems all all friend. What did you say? What did you say?
I think everything is a relationship.
As a relationship, everything. And I would think with a relationship there should be some type of level of commitment, right? You know, whether it be a friendship or if it be, you know, something more serious. You know,
I meant super general though. Like, I mean, I have a relationship with you as my cousin. Like,
Right.
I mean, like in general.
okay. But when it comes to commitment, how does that look? Like, as far as how much should you commit to a situation where you're dating versus? I know you should commit fully, like if you're really locked in with somebody, or if y'all. I guess they say commitment is really for when you're married, right? That's what they say.
No, Reese, that's not.
That's not.
No, Reese,
So explain the difference.
it's not. It's commitment is not an exclusive thing to marriage. How do you ever get married if that's the case?
I mean, you can't get married without the commitment, can you?
What I'm saying though is like, but you gotta have it before you get to the.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be a commitment leading up to it that would, if you being fully committed to somebody, it's like, because you thinking this is the one that I'm ready to
Yeah.
lock it down with for the rest of my life. Not saying that you shouldn't commit. Like, maybe I sound crazy in what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to figure out.
No, it sounded like you were saying like commitment is only exclusive to marriage.
I'm like, no.
Like
Don't
you're not committed. You're
at all.
not committed when
Yeah.
you're dating.
Well, I mean, by law, that is true.
Semantics, man.
He's by law. That has nothing to do with the law at all. You can
Hey,
change what you
man.
want.
Let him
Yeah,
cook.
you know,
Let him cook.
if you cheat and you married, like that can be brought up in court, right? Like they can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying.
This nigga's sick, man.
They can't bring that. Like if your boyfriend and girlfriend and you cheat,
What's anti-pander?
I'm just saying, like as a boyfriend and girlfriend and you cheat, like you can't get. There's no repercussions for that.
Yes, there are repercussions, Reese.
No, I'm talking about legal.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing.
No, that's all I'm saying. Like so, commitment is not. Maybe commitment is not the right word to use there, but it is something that's legally binded through law. You know what I mean? Like whether y'all want to believe it or not. Like, anyways, besides that, commitment. How do you see commitment? Like what's commitment for anybody? Anybody? How do you see that? And why? Excuse me. Why is it that commitment is such a hard task? Like, why is it an issue for people? Like, what is it that causes people to run away from commitment, shy away from it, or just some people don't even want it, period. You know what I mean? They want to live a carefree life, whatever, however you want to classify it. But, you know, commitment is not something that they see in their future, or after a certain point, it's like you brush somebody off or you run away from what you see could be leading to a fully committed relationship. Like, how do y'all see that and why? If y'all understand what I'm asking. Anybody? Don't everybody?
Well, I mean, commitment is easy for me. Like, yeah, that's just who I am. So, I don't know if I'm the perfect person to ask. I don't really run from it. If you dope enough, if you reach that exclusive class, I feel like, man, you just a winner. And I gotta, you know what I mean? I'm ready to, I don't even want to deal with these other little situations. And it's just that simple for me.
I feel like we're just in weird times. Like, it's just weird. It's hard to, there's so many other outside situations that just make it.
Such as what? Like, let's give some examples if we can. We may have.
I know my favorite social media, bro. Like,
That's at the top of my list.
You know what I mean? It's like.
So let's go there. Let's start there.
I feel like people, right? Like with social media, you see so much about like, you know, do what's best for you, put yourself first.
We're very put yourself first.
Yeah, it's like
self-care.
Yeah, it's all
generation, and that's just not conducive for relationships.
Right, exactly. It's a lot about the agenda. Right, I don't want to say right now, but the agenda that's being pushed is like you first, right? Which I get it, right, to an extent, but you can't be. In order to be in a healthy relationship, you can't be that selfish.
No, you can't.
So let me ask y'all this.
Selfishness is a motherfucker.
Y'all don't think that it could work if, say, the man and the woman are both practicing, you know, total self-care. They can't come together and still be a united front.
To a certain point,
to a certain point. But I feel like a lot of the emphasis is put on self. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? And then that's a lot of people's
and the next best thing, you get one wrong thing with somebody. There is no 80-20 rule anymore. You get one wrong thing with somebody, you're like, okay, well, I can find better. I can find the
That's the problem.
That's right. Everybody feel like
you're never gonna find that.
Everybody feel like they got all this access, and it's easy to just replace people. Options.
Everybody
right?
got a ton of options.
But also too,
y'all don't believe there's a ton of options?
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it is. Yeah.
You're still allowed to.
Yeah, I mean,
Marquette losing.
Oh, but you want to do? Oh,
yeah. Is there a ton of access to options?
Things look good from the outside.
But are these options necessarily the best?
You got to venture off and see. Like
that's the problem.
That's the thing.
But that's the problem because you're gonna keep. It's never gonna stop.
Looking for the next best thing every time. Stop.
Oh, okay. No, I don't agree with what y'all saying. So now y'all saying if say you over here in a situation and maybe it ain't the best, it's cool, right? But you see something else. You see something from afar.
You see potential.
You gotta go explore it. You gotta go explore it to see if it works for you, right?
So if that's the case, then you're always
no, not always. That might be the one.
But so then you go get with that one,
right.
And then things ain't quite going what you thought it was gonna be.
Oh, I see her over there.
So it's never gonna stop. It's a revolving door.
It stops when you find the one that's for you.
Do you find the one that's for you when you're doing that?
Because if things start getting rocky, because it sounds like what you're saying is
no, I'm not saying
shit ain't really it ain't what I thought it was going to be.
So let me go to the next one.
It looked better than what it really is. Oh, I see that one though. Let me.
So y'all saying stay with something that you're not completely satisfied with? Because that's what it sounds like.
No,
but what it sounds like, what you're saying is that, hey, once in doubt,
got one life to live. I want it to be the best life I could possibly live.
Hey, listen,
right?
You know what? And look, and that's why I salute you, King. Because no, hold on. I'm gonna crack his mouth. I salute you, King. Right? Because what you're doing right now.
No, don't say what I'm doing. I just
what you're putting out there,
right?
Is what Lex is talking about, right? Mm-hmm. It's like so. I mean, if you're gonna be honest and upfront with it, cool, whatever, do that. You know what I'm saying? But what Lex is saying is like, okay, don't be involved with somebody, right? You spending all this time, and then all of a sudden you want to take a detour because you see something that look better from afar.
I'm not saying that's why you take the detour. Like, of course you take the detour because shit ain't peaches and cream over here.
But what is not peaches and cream? Are we doing the
because relationships is work.
They're not. Their work is compromised.
Work, my nigga.
Absolutely.
And you're not going to get a person that's 100% everything that you.
The best one to even speak on this because
never.
I've been single for a minute, but
the worst one. Absolutely not.
No, but y'all not going to convince me that somebody is supposed to just stay in something because
relationships these days have an issue because nobody has staying power. No one. Because sometimes I've been in, even with my current situation that I'm out of, there was times where I was like, man, this should be over 2 days ago. And then you work through it, and then you actually get to a better place than you've ever been.
See, your case is different though. Y'all was married. Like, I'm talking from somebody that...
But how do you think they got to the marriage part? You gotta work through shit.
You definitely gotta work through it. But what I'm saying, like, I'm not staying in a situation just because we started something. And if it's not what I deem what I want for a relationship, why would I stay there?
But
Like, I'm not gonna do nothing but make her miserable, and I'm already miserable.
Reese, if it stays like that, like you get to a place where y'all don't see eye to eye, right?
Yeah.
And it stays there, that's a problem. I'm not telling you to stay in a relationship you shouldn't.
That's
be
what
in.
it sounds like y'all saying.
No.
But
No.
sometimes
I saw that over there, like, yeah. Going up to the P, like, yeah. Andre jumping on the fast break, he was like, nah.
But what happens is sometimes you need a little bit of that pain to kind of grow through certain situations.
I agree.
And I don't want you hitting. I mean, not you. I don't want people hitting the peace sign
Too early.
'Cause that's what's happening.
It's like one wrong thing and you're.
Give them a chance to try to figure it out.
People aren't
I
perfect.
don't understand why y'all are saying give somebody a chance to do something and you've already got your mind made up that it's not what you want or like. Like, give them a chance to do what exactly? Change my mind? Is that what y'all saying?
No,
Like,
just grow through it. Like maybe it's something that they do that's negative, right? And they never known it was negative because they've been told their whole life that it was cool,
Right.
But it doesn't work for you,
right.
I feel like you should allow them to grow into a space where they understand, like, if I want to be in a relationship with this person, I need to evolve past this little shortcoming that I have.
And I agree 100% with what you're saying. But again, in order for me to do that, I have to feel like this can work. I can look past that. If it's something that I feel is detrimental, like, it don't matter how much time I try to give it. Like, it's already a done deal for me. Like, nah, I can't rock with that. You know what I mean? So my mind is already made up to where, nah, there's no compromising on that. Like, some people got some morals and, you know, things that they stand on. Is like, I'm cool on that. Like, I'm not saying that that's the case for me all the time, but it's just sometimes you just deem somebody like, nah, I'm cool. It ain't worth it for me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just go ahead and catch the cut.
So are you even going to have the conversation with the person, or are you just like...
Depends. Like I said, I told you up front, like, I'm not that big on giving everybody a conversation.
Well, I mean, this person, you
that
Right.
person, right.
Yeah, this specific situation right now.
There's no, like, for one, we're hypothetically speaking.
Let's be clear.
Let's be clear, yeah. But yeah, like, in that instance, I definitely would give them a conversation. But
And would you let them fix it, or are you just like, I can't do this, I'm out? Or do you have the conversation?
me
you
letting
let
them fix
work through
it, but so y'all, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to look at it from a different angle. Like, me letting them fix it is me trying to change them, right? Like, because that could be, even though they may be willing to change because they like the potential of what could happen, I'm not letting you be your authentic self.
But I think that's part of a relationship is compromising. So it's like, I may not have to fully change it, but I could work on being better about it. Or
I want you to be yourself, though.
No.
that's not being.
Yeah, but people grow and evolve. So let me give you an example.
Okay.
You got somebody who likes to spend money. Spends money crazy, don't save no money, just be spending money like crazy.
Right.
You come to them like, yo, I really don't like the way you moving. Ain't really
That
like
ain't from right.
That ain't from that. I'm different. I like to save money. I feel like there should be an allowance of like, hey, let me show you how to do this. Especially if they're willing. If they ain't willing, then it's a waste of time.
Right.
But they willing, like, all right, show me how you do this and this, that, and the third. Then that's, you got to get people, because I'm always evolving. I'm not the person I was last week. And so I feel like it needs to be some room. Now, some detrimental shit is a
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think
Right.
y'all confusing what I'm saying. Like, I'm speaking more so on the detrimental level. Like,
7 toes out.
that, like what you just said right there, like, I'm not leaving because you got a spinning habit. Like, I'm like, all right, let's try to get this under control. No, I ain't putting that out there. But I'm speaking more of a
COE.
detrimental for me would be
Not for you, not just in general. I don't even want to make it.
Because we don't want you getting pressed, though. You know what I mean? You know, somebody listens to the pod.
we got a live feed going on.
I'm about to say,
Yeah, we'll double back to that.
You girl. It's cool.
What about for you? Yeah, give me yours. Feel free. Lex, nah.
No, stop.
Yeah, that's a hard question. Just to,
It is a hard question.
you know, just to.
But
shoot
you're
off.
also acting like you're not willing to talk through some stuff. So I
Yeah.
just don't know.
You kind of
Some stuff I'm not. Like, y'all don't have nothing.
Like-
y'all don't have
What about somebody being physical? Like someone
what's
out
their
here,
physical traits, like how they
no, they physical towards you.
putting their hands on me.
Yeah.
No, that's a no go.
So that's
Can't
what I'm
do
saying. So that's one of them, right?
Yeah,
That's
that would
that's-
be for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I got to catch my cut immediately. Like, I don't care how emotional you get, and I'm sorry I blacked out. Like, nah. Like, because the only thing you doing, like, when it comes to physical violence, like, and again, like, we don't condone that at all over here, but you putting yourself in a position to get, into some serious trouble, but you also putting that man in a position to where he might make a dumb, rash decision and do some stupid shit and fuck his life up. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in a position before where I've made a detrimental mistake involving my life, that jammed me up for several years. You know what I mean? So I'm real big on, certain shit that can really fuck up your future or fuck up your livelihood. Mm-hmm. I'm cool. Yeah, I got to get up out of there on that. So, yeah, that would be one. Like, that was a good one to give for me. Like, I can't do the physical relationships at all. Like, I don't want none of that touching and hitting on none of that shit. Like, I'm cool. And I know some people deem that as, oh, nah, that's just love. He a little crazy or shit.
Absolutely
I want that kind.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. But we've seen it. I'm pretty sure we've all seen it before. You know what I mean? But that's not for me. You still can't think of nothing off the top?
That for sure.
Yeah. What else? I don't know. Another one for me probably would be, if she's like just lazy. And when I say lazy, like I'm not speaking like in terms of her, physical traits or just working out. I'm just saying like if her mindset is lazy, like, if she don't want to go work, she don't want to, like, she's just lazy. You know what I mean? Like, she's not driven to do anything. That probably would be a reason for me, like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, and that's something that I wouldn't know that up front. You know what I mean? That would take some time for me to be fucking around with her to know that, oh shit, this girl really ain't about shit. You know what I mean? She cold. You know what I mean? But she ain't really about shit. And to each his own. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that I can't do because I'm just like, I'm so structured. I get up every day. I'm off. I'm going to work. You know what I mean? I got a routine. You know what I mean? Not to say that she would have to have a routine, but just to know that you sitting at home just daily all day. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine how it would be like if that was me and you getting up going to do this every day, and I'm just at the crib laying around all day every day. You're like, man, get this piece of shit nigga out the crib. That's how you probably would feel about me. Like, so that for me would be another one. But the floor is you guys. Like, I feel like I'm talking too much on this topic. Like, I already know.
Very insightful.
Yeah, I try to be.
What else is on the docket? What else is on the docket?
No, we can stay here for a minute.
Hey, he ain't done.
I like where we at with it. Again, we haven't had any real talk in a minute. I think maybe I didn't hear it. Like, did any of you guys answer what commitment would look like for you? You know what I mean? Like, because I don't think nobody answered that question.
What you mean?
Yeah, what you mean by that?
As far as, like, I mean, I get it. Like, the commitment of, when we say commitment, you want a full commitment, right? Like, as far, not just you not cheating on me, but you committing to, the way I look at commitment is you're committing to who I am and, the way that I live, the way that I handle things. Same way I'm committing to how you do and how you run your life. It's a commitment to your lifestyle, basically.
Look at you.
Am I far off with that? Like,
look at you.
That's why I'm saying, like, commitment is a big thing for me. Like, because when you commit, like, you're committing to someone's life and their lifestyle. Like, and it may not be aligned with who you are. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. I think it should be.
Do you think that works, though? Do you think you could be in a relationship with someone whose life didn't align with yours? And I'm not saying to a T, but basic similarities?
I think it has to be. I think it has to be aligned for me, because again, like I'm just going off of my past experiences and how things tend to fall off at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like I be knowing, like, when I get involved with somebody, like, these first couple months, it's gonna be
Honeymoon.
But it's not that it falls off from the honeymoon, but it's more. Well, I guess it is a fall off, but my actions don't change. But again, like with me, it's more so the availability. And I think
do you think you would have more availability with the person if you liked them? Like, would you make more time because you wanted to make something work? And that's what that person needed? Or are you just like, this is me, I can't make time, deal with
it's
it? It's
only but so many hours in a day. Like, and I think, all right, let's have some conversation.
You've been tiptoeing.
I think women are selfish when it comes to a man's time. Like they disregard. Not all women. Like, please, you know what I mean? Don't kill me on this. Yeah, not all women. Some women that I've dealt with, you know what I mean? I'll make it personal. Women that I've dealt with, you know what I mean? Like, again, mind you, I told you up front, I'm giving you this conversation of who I am, what I got going on.
Do you ask the people, like, what's your love? Like, how can I, like, if it's time, that's not going to work. And let's just get that out of here now.
Let me find out you asking about people's love language. Let me find out.
Definitely.
I was waiting for the cap.
Because some people need time.
Blake, I was waiting for the cap. I was going to crack his muffin. I was going to crack his muffin if he said he was asking about the love language.
And I don't even mean necessarily like what your love
Let my
language
brothers down with that.
Is it touch?
That's a Trav conversation.
Oh, yeah. So, no show next week.
Podcast is over.
No show next week. No, I didn't do that, Trav.
Hey, he's on record saying that's his bag. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
That's true. Several episodes. He won't care.
Right. He won't.
No.
He won't care that he said it on record before, right? Nah.
What's fair?
No show next week.
Yeah, so I like where you don't forgot what I was even saying, but no.
Are you asking people, like, are you going to be okay with me not giving you time? Or are you somebody who needs time? Because if you're somebody who needs time, this isn't going to work. We might as well not take this any farther.
And that's the conversation I've had that, like, but
some
it's
people
not
don't
as
need
blunt as that, what you just said. Like, if you need such all this time, like, it ain't going to work. Excuse me. I'm not saying that, you know, in those words, but I am letting them know. And I hate even having this conversation because some women take offense to it. Like, what you think, you the only one busy? Like, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm just letting you know my availability might not line up with yours. Do I like the potential of what is going on with us or what I see? Yeah. Am I willing to entertain it? Yes, absolutely. But I do want you to know.
But are there things that you can include these people in? Or is this all strictly like, I'm just busy and I'm busy and you can't be involved in my busyness?
See, a lot of my time outside of would be my kids. And the thing is, I don't bring too many women, if any, you know, around them. Yeah. And they're of age to where it would be cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just still a preference, you know, of mine to be like, nah, I don't necessarily want to, you know, get them involved. Because I already know my youngest would be fell in love with a woman because that's just who he is as a kid. And knowing how his dad moves, how I move, like, she may not be around. So let's avoid
no need
that.
So
I got that, you know, with the kids, and you know, my kids keep me busy with extracurricular stuff nonstop. So, and then on top of that, like I'm a loner. Like
I've been waiting this whole time for you to keep it a buck.
Yeah, I like being to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need your alone time.
I need my alone time, and for whatever reason, a lot of women they take that as like, you don't want to see me. It's not that I don't want to see you. Like, I just want my time to myself. Like, I want to be able to unwind and be to myself.
I feel you on that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm feeling that.
I do.
I'm still rocking with you. I'm still enjoying you. Like, no.
I feel with you heavy.
Yes, you good. You ain't did nothing wrong. Like, but no, it's time for me to get over here and get to myself for a little bit. Please, allow that. Yeah. I don't want to be booed up and you sitting up under me, we watching TV every day. And no, I just don't. That ain't me. You know what I mean? But, and I know that's, you know, something that's, you know, fucking me up when it comes to relationships, because that part of being, you know, fully entrenched with somebody nonstop, like right now, like I couldn't even imagine living with a woman. Like, I just can't.
Even if you had your own space and like could go to your man cave or to a separate room, or I couldn't imagine living with someone in a small space. Yeah. But if I had my own space to do, and he had his own space, I don't feel like it would bother me because we would have space to be away from each other. Like as long as I'm not right on top of the person every day.
I'm a man of balance. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, do I want to be booed up all day? No. But I need my, you know what I'm saying? But I need my balance right there. Not even necessarily about, but it don't even necessarily gotta be like physical. But it's just like, you know, I like to get my cuddle on and shit like that. So it's like, you know, you gotta being able to compromise with a person with that because I get it. Like, you know what I mean? I'll be on the go. I'll do a lot of shit. I'll be moving and shaking this, that, and the third. Right. So it's just like, you know, I have to be allowed to do that. But then
Sundays we away for 4 or 5 hours. Like,
hey, Sundays is off. Hey,
so that's one day eliminated.
For me, Sundays are eliminated.
But also,
I mean, you know that up front.
Right,
like, I know it's boys' day on Sunday.
But I can respect that from my partner too, right? Like, you feel me? You know, right now, my girl, she's back in school. So it's like, we don't really be like, niggas be busy. Like, we both work. Right. She back in school. I be doing my shit. So it's just like, but we had that conversation, you know what I mean? We there was a point in time where we was heavy with each other all, you know what I mean? And then, like, you know, life took its course. Like, all right, you know, I got to do this, I got to do that. But we understand, like, this is to help further us. This is help to better us as individuals and as a couple. So
I got a question for you because I don't keep your question. Because the question's for you personally. Oh, okay. Do you feel like this issue, not being able to get on one accord with this issue, is the reason why you're not in a relationship?
Oh, absolutely.
Like I feel like that's your number one.
Absolutely.
But do you feel like you need a busy woman?
I feel like you need a busy woman, Reese. That's what it is. Like,
what did you ask me?
You feel like if you really like someone, you could like figure it out.
I've liked a lot of people. Like,
do you know what the reason for that is? Like, was it something?
I know Reese is a boss.
I need therapy too. Like, I really need to go sit down and talk some of these demons out and figure out. Because at the end of the day, like I've classified it myself as me being selfish, you know, with my time. But I also don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you deem that as a negative, because if that's what you do,
I don't necessarily call it negative, you know, but I do think, They are right.
Right. So, but you saying that you need to go sit down, and because you're not being, I don't think you're being selfish.
You need a woman that doesn't require a lot of attention.
A time.
What woman don't like? Once you get locked in, they all like. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, are we having a real conversation? Once we get locked in with them, like, it always changes to you just not around. I need time. Like it always turns into that.
Not always.
In my experience, I'm sorry.
Yeah, your personal experience like that, but not always. Some people really be busy, and you got to kind of damn near schedule. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Right. And then at that point, you might be feeling like. At that point, Reach, you might get to a space where you're like, hold on now. I don't never really see you. Like, this is starting to become a place where I got to fill time with other people.
And that's also another reason, you know, the way that I probably move the way that I do, because I do feel like I'm doing a disservice to whoever it is that I'm maybe involved with. So it's like, I don't even want to put you through this ringer of emotions and feeling the way, like, because I've dealt with women to where when we done, like, because we ain't being done on no shit because a nigga is fucking around with somebody else or a nigga doing some foul shit. It's strictly because they just, you're not really around me or that much. Like, I want it, like, so I'm more so like, I'm really trying to spare you, you know what I mean? Like, because that's just, you know, feelings is going to get involved. And even me, like, I'm a lovey-dovey type of person, but I also am a loner, and that's where it almost like it doesn't, it's a clash because it doesn't mix at all. Like, I need, when I'm on you, I want to be on you.
So that's a little selfish.
I feel like I'm like that.
But it's a little selfish though, because it's like when I want you to be, then I need you to be.
And that's why I said that.
But then when I don't want you to be, then I need you to get the fuck up too. That's what that means. Yeah. So what happens when they need you? Because they having a moment where they need.
I'm there for you. Okay. Like I'm never gonna be like, it's my time to be away from you. Fuck your mom. Never that. But like I said,
Fuck your life.
yeah, my experience is more so with the woman getting upset with me because they want to be more so in my world over here. Like, all right, well, it's cool. We ain't got to do nothing. Like, I'm gonna just come over there and hang with you. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And that's where, like,
sometimes I do want to be alone with my person, but be alone. Like, I don't want you to talk to me. I just want to be like, we don't even really need to touch. I do just sometimes like you're here, but like, we don't really have to talk, or like, I'm like that with my friends though. We'll sit on the couch for 10 hours and I forget that they're even there.
I don't know, man. Like, I know I'm a case. You know what I mean?
We're
Like,
supposed to be getting you married this year. You got to step in there.
yeah,
2023.
we're looking at 2025 now. Like, 2023. Not gonna happen.
Hurry up and get here, girl.
Yeah. Damn. We've been on that for a minute. Y'all got
We tried to get out like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try to walk us out of it.
Let's get out of it. Now we can get out of it. John Morant. No, real talk. John Morant. Did y'all see the John Morant Jalen Rose interview?
I couldn't watch it, man.
I seen some of it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't deal with it.
Is he slow?
He was reading the script.
And you know what else is just like
Why you have no haircut though? Like, he just showed up in that motherfucker looking crazy.
super crazy and still talking crazy. Like, definitely nobody prepped him. Don't look like I mean, what they did prep, it was terrible. Like, maybe his homie put that together.
He had
for
a
him.
little PR. He had a little PR. I mean,
He said the gun that wasn't mine. That's even more of a reason for you not to be flashing it. And you know what's crazy now?
For law reason, I think.
he said he was going
Right.
live to be free.
Yeah, that was wild.
But you know what else is
That's
crazy?
what these little niggas do, though. So
That was
it's
wild.
Is it weird that not one other Memphis Grizzly was in the strip club with him?
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
so he just had his homies with him?
yes,
On the
That ain't
road,
crazy.
all of the homies is on the road.
on the road
That ain't crazy.
in Denver. Yeah, that's kind of wild.
That's
That's,
not about this.
When you got a bag like that.
It ain't like a destination.
Nah,
It ain't
but
like
listen,
going to Miami.
listen. It's showing you what, like, I think it's wild for us because we know what the league was like before this, right? But like, I feel like today's NBA, like, nah, like, it's not uncommon to hear how star players be having family and friends on the team playing back with them and shit like that. Like, it's like regular NBA shit. I mean, I don't want to say regular NBA shit, but it's like it doesn't surprise me, right? I feel like they was letting Ja get away with murder because he was the franchise of the, he's the face of the franchise. He's balling. He just got all this money. It's kind of like, you know what I mean?
that's crazy. That go ahead, keep going.
Just you know what I mean? It's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it type shit.
Look what I had on the docket. What's yours? Did you see that?
Which one? What part?
What's
So,
yours?
of you being.
Yeah,
Oh,
like that's
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
that they even went there like that. Yeah, like I'm kind of concerned for Ja, man. Like, again, like I think there will be a full recovery from this. Like, he's too much of a talent, too much of a big investment for them not to make it work. But I think the title that he's going to wear going forward is going to be like, no, these instances or these things that's taking place, that's who he is. Like, this other shit that we get from him now going forward is fake. You know what I mean? He's doing it because he have to, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, he going to wear that hat for a little minute. I mean, but you know.
Do you think that interview helped him with Jalen Rose?
No. I don't think nobody thinks it helped.
But at the end of the day, we're gonna forget about this in a couple months.
Yeah.
Another big story's gonna happen. We're gonna forget about this, and we love a winner. So now he's just going to come back, show and prove and win. And
I don't think they got a team that can win.
That's the thing. See, he's in as far as performance wise, like he's gonna have to play at an MVP level and damn near even win the MVP. I think to get back in good graces, like what Kobe did.
But he's not. But he's going. I feel like next year he gonna, unless he just goes stupid.
Okay.
Unless he just goes stupid, he definitely getting the MVP next year.
No.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is going to be a hit,
Just off the strength.
a hit to Ja and the
Unless he
whole brand.
averaging 30, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't rolling. And he's going to have to be on his best behavior for the next couple of years to kind of like live this down.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Cause now they about to be on every single moment of his life. They're gonna be waiting for him to fuck up and be like, see, I told you. You know what I mean?
You know what else I'm surprised at too? Is still through all of this, mom or dad, I haven't heard a word from them yet.
I mean, they probably tell him not to say nothing, especially his dad. Would you want his dad to say anything?
Yeah, I want my dad to at least, like, listen, I know that this is my son. I know he made a mistake. We love him to death. Like, we got our hands around him. He's going to be better.
The PR probably like fall back.
But that's a sign for me that his dad really is wilding out.
They probably like. I mean, they say like his pops, like, was that guy from the city.
See, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that he was living this life now. You know what I mean? Which
he hooped. He hooped.
I know he hooped. He played at UConn, right? Or no, he played
high school with Ray Allen.
Really, that's what it was.
High school ball.
And Lex, are you familiar with everything that's going on with Ja Morant right now?
I've seen the stuff. I'm not fully indulged in it.
So that's what we speaking on Ja Morant and this roller coaster of events that's taking place over these last few months with him. Where he stands now, and will he get back? I think we all in agreement that there will be a recovery, from this. Will he be a poster boy? Do y'all think he can get back? Because I think, like, how do y'all feel about this? I think Kobe was only able to get back to who he was because he won the championships and he won the MVP. Like, I think if
that's what I'm saying. You got to be a winner. Like when you run into situations like this, the only thing that cures this is winning. He's going to have to win, and he's going to have to really be on his best. He really gonna be able to do no, like, in the public kicking it for a minute. Like, he's gonna have to really just hoop.
That's gonna be torture for a 23-year-old.
He's got to bring the party to the crib.
Yeah. But I was saying, like, he's gonna have to just really just hoop and just dedicate himself to the game for a minute. Until the heat get off of him, because if he goes right back out to kicking it, like, they're gonna be like, bro, he ain't learned nothing. He going right back to the bullshit.
NBA season is winding down. I think we down to the last 2 weeks, last handful of games, maybe 10, 15 games. Lakers right now still under 500, but I think they are in the play-in spot. How y'all feeling about the outcome of the NBA? Like, what's your thoughts right now on who's gonna win it all, or who ain't gonna make the playoffs? Do y'all think the Lakers will make the actual playoffs?
Bron still hurt?
Yeah, I don't think Bron coming back.
If Bron don't come back, no, it's over with. Because if Bron don't come back, I don't feel like AD gonna play.
He been playing.
I know he been playing, but
playing incredible. So.
NBA's trash.
Think so?
It's just not good, man. Shout out to y'all, though. Y'all a good team. I think y'all a good team. The Knicks.
We definitely got to win first round.
Y'all gonna beat the Cavs?
Yes, most definitely.
It's gonna be a tough matchup. I like that.
New York in
that's
6.
gonna be the most.
New York in 6.
Cleveland in 4.
Ray, you out of your mind. He's out of his fucking mind.
He was disrespectful. I didn't come back at him.
New York in 6. I feel like
we have a problem. So, but I do like the Knicks the way y'all playing.
We got a problem.
He said the Knicks. I don't think they won a playoff series in like 20 years. Like now they.
That's cap. 20 years.
It's been about 20.
It ain't been no 20. How long has Melo not been in New York? Not on 20 years.
Melo won a series or two.
Oh, he did win one round.
Get your mind right.
Yeah, one time, my fault.
Yeah, one round is nothing to be around about at all. It's kind of very trash, actually.
Who y'all got winning it all this year?
I don't know, man.
I think Milwaukee will go with it all.
Whoever survives and doesn't get as injured during the playoffs.
But Philly is looking scarier every game, man. Like Joel Embiid, if he don't get the MVP this year, I might boycott the league.
They want Jokic to get that 3-peat.
I don't think so. I think this little run that he's been on the last.
Joel going stupid.
You can pencil in 34 and 12 for Joel every night.
And the game is looking so easy.
Nuts.
They can't do nothing with him.
James Harden is getting back to James Harden. Like, he looked like he's not hurt.
Listen, Philly's under some pressure.
Yeah,
because
they want Doc Rivers out of there if they don't win.
Yeah, I feel like they might. I feel like they want to blow all that shit up. Because it ain't Harden.
No, Harden signed. He re-signed. He took a different type of deal to get PJ Tucker on him over there. But yeah, I'm sorry. We gonna get out of sports in a minute.
Oh, I'm into sports.
Okay.
I'm not. NBA is not my favorite.
That's why she's my motherfucking dog. But she's definitely a cowboy.
And I am. My dad's from Texas.
Unfortunately, we're both.
Unfortunately. And I'm happy Zeke's gone.
Yeah.
Dak can
go.
hightail too.
Yeah, he can go.
What y'all think about Aaron Rodgers? I'm sick of his shit.
He's like Brent Favre on steroids. You thought Brent Favre was bad. You thought he's doing the same shit that Brent Favre did. He's literally about to go the same path.
I can't believe he's going to New York, like following in Brett Favre's fucking footsteps. Like,
hey, they paying him for that $59.5 million this year. That's $59.5 million. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Yeah, man. Which ass playoff performances he be putting out? Got me fucked up.
Man, you got Milwaukee. Yeah,
yeah, I like Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee, Philly as the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's whoever survives.
And Giannis is like, he's head and shoulders.
What Phoenix
like,
gonna do? They
If
come out the West?
I don't know, because KD, like, I'm concerned now with Kevin sent for sure, but I'm just too concerned with KD.
What's this?
Yeah.
What? What you mean? What you surprised about?
Kevin sent. Yeah.
Why you act like you don't know, Reese?
Hold up, bro.
As soon as it went down, he put it in the chat. As soon as the trade happened, he packed his shit up.
Hold up,
Brooklyn.
bro.
I'm out of there.
He stole his brownstone. He got up out of there.
This nigga Reese is sick.
He was in Phoenix by that night.
That's crazy.
Team got him an apartment and everything. Like, he was out of there.
Yeah, I can't.
What's the name?
Respectfully, I can't talk basketball with you, bro.
Devin Booker been begging me to pull up out there. Like, now I'm here. Like, I'm here.
He's a Brooklyn
Since
son.
you've known him.
He's a Brooklyn son.
Since you've known him. He's been
Yeah.
Boston.
At first he was Mr. 71 North.
Oh yeah. No, him being Mr. 71 North was insane. Okay, because he was a Boston Celtic.
I was all
He
in.
was all in.
I was all in.
I got the Facebook headers and everything. Yeah, he was all in.
I was all in. Parade. We here 52 years.
Hey,
Cleveland!
I wanted a missile to hit that parade.
This one's for you!
That nigga rooted against the Cavs. So crazy for Boston.
I forgot. You're right. So he was Boston. Then
He was a net before.
So they putting smut on my jacket.
You were in
Ask
that?
them why was I in that?
Because Kevin Durant.
And who?
before
Kevin
he
Garnett.
was Boston.
Why was I?
He went everywhere with Kevin Garnett. He was in Minnesota.
Yeah, when he retired, I was a mercenary, a free agent.
But he never was a Golden State fan.
Yeah, nah.
Kevin Durant.
I hate Draymond Green.
That Golden State team was special. Them niggas
Super
was
special.
That shit was special.
Super special. That's part of the reason why niggas try to say Bron is the GOAT because of Golden State.
He sleeps around.
Yeah, man. You just sick.
We all do.
Phoenix?
We all do.
Nah, I'm New York to the heart.
Yeah,
Your team's always been the same?
In basketball?
Anything. All of it.
That's
They switch up. Mine's always been the same, but
he lives on two different coasts.
He in Tinseltown sometimes.
LA and Cleveland.
No crews out there. Me and Mill. Me, Mill, and Rich and the Dales having dinner tomorrow.
I never went to LA. I never went to LA.
Yeah, he was he dabbled in Miami. He tiptoed in Miami.
Oh, this nigga said.
Only the last 2 years though.
Nah, yeah, I ain't.
Only the last 2 years.
But
Nah,
then I'm coming home.
I was fucking with Miami Brown. I like that.
That was the villain Brown. Yeah, like that was
Villain Brown.
Dark Side, the Black Knight. You know,
I still can't believe they let Dallas get that first year.
He probably still gonna lose sleep over that, like, cause you ain't supposed to let JJ Barrera be the reason you don't get a chip.
The Jet. You let the Jet tap the.
And Jason Kidd.
Tyson Chandler and JJ Barrera kept me from getting one.
You wasn't with us. You wasn't with us.
That was it.
He was in Boston.
Who?
Oh yeah, that.
He was in Boston.
Who was?
He wasn't with us when
He said us. Oh, he was in Miami too. You hear that?
Of course. Of course.
Everybody went to
Listen, I'm on the phone. This not even funny. It's not even a joke. I was on the phone with Rich Daly. He was like, Blaze, I'm not leaving. I'm like, my nigga, what's happening right now?
Yeah. Everybody went to Miami.
He lied.
No, he didn't lie.
That story. Go back. Go back.
He actually the same thing. This nigga don't be forgetting he's on camera.
You're right. Patreon. We love y'all. So yeah, I got Milwaukee winning it all this year.
Okay.
And I like
Dark horse.
dark horse in the West.
Nah,
No. My dark horse is Sacramento.
Alright, so wrap this up.
They tough. I don't know, you must not be that
Sacramento.
Yeah, they tough.
I don't believe in them. You know, you haven't even shown me the play.
Nah.
Y'all do realize they number 2 in the West right
Man,
now,
who
right?
gives the West is boo boo?
No, it ain't.
It's the Lakers is in the 10th spot and probably 3 games out of second place.
Nah, Denver and Sacramento got a chokehold on like everybody else is, and Memphis is right
Hey, I'm
there.
gonna be honest, bro. Denver's gonna be scary in the playoffs, bro. They got a nice team.
I'm
They got
concerned with the
that bench, bro.
I don't think the bench is tested. You know what I mean, as far as playoff ball, but
Y'all show me this on the playoffs.
it's different come playoff time.
Yeah.
Niggas can sit down and really scout you. It's a series, like yeah, you can get that shit.
If Jamal Murray ball out, then
That's the thing. He hasn't looked like Jamal Murray.
He
to me.
hasn't.
Like, and I get it. You know, he's 2 years removed from that ACL tear because he set out the whole last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought he was going to be ready coming into this year, but he still don't.
They need Bubble Murray back.
We got some special ball in the bubble. You know what I mean? Even though it's an asterisk next to them chips and.
It's not, but it's all good. We'll back to LA with us.
They ain't even get a parade for that.
Yeah, it ain't nothing. Niggas COVID.
We couldn't even do the podcast. To celebrate.
Right, niggas had me on the Zoom.
Like, he was so mad. He was so mad we had him on the Zoom. Nigga had 3 shades of COVID, but wanted to come sit in my crib.
Oh shit!
Have you had COVID?
I did. I got it one time, but I was in and out of it.
Did you lose?
Couldn't taste, couldn't smell, but it was like 3 days, and I was bad cracking.
Good. Let me see what else is on the docket. What we out in the time?
Why
We're gonna get
we 2 hours in. Why you got that question on your phone? Like, what's going on? Let's talk about it on the show.
Which one?
Not we're about to read it, but like, why did you put that on the docket?
It was something like a lot of the
feel the
times I definitely be feeling the way. Like, you know, sometimes you just be sitting around and you just get to assessing yourself, and you be like, you know, I wonder. Not necessarily what the perception is of you, or you know, just you wonder what people think of. Because I mean, I get this question more so from my mom, like, why you raised, like, when you gonna marry somebody? You know, my mom be on your case like that. You know what I mean? So then you just get to think like, I wonder what everybody else be thinking, like, you know what I mean? Because some people just think because they think you a good dude or a potential candidate that you should be living like this or your life should be going this way. And it's like, you know, that just may not be in the cards for me. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't shying away from it. It's not that I don't want it. But, you know, sometimes, you know, life just don't happen for you like that. You know what I mean? But it was probably something that I was looking at, you know, whenever I'm putting the docket together. I may see a video or, you know, I may read something that triggers and it, you know, I just jot it down mainly so I don't forget. It wasn't necessarily that I was even going to speak about it, but then we got to cooking in the show, and it kind of just fell into that. But do y'all ever, you know, that's a good question. Like, do you ever just sit around and just get to, you know, evaluating yourself as far as like where you think you should be at a certain point in your life right now versus where you are, and like, do you get to looking at your relationships with people, whether it be friendships or, you know, a relationship, you know, that's, you know, potential, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, whatever. Do you ever just sit around and be thinking like, I should have not necessarily settled and dealt with somebody, but do you ever just sit around and just have them thoughts to yourself, like, I should be here with this person or I should be doing this versus what you doing? Like, is that a thing for anybody?
Yeah, me, I do it all the time. I probably do it too much. I'm always trying to like be better and try to see things from a different perspective because, you know, if you operate isolated with your perspectives, you probably ain't gonna end up being in a productive relationship. So I try my best to always look at myself and be like, all right. Especially right now, I'm in a place where it's just like, all right, man, if this ain't gonna be the way I want it to be, it can't be right now. And I know that's not something that's sustainable for me. So I'm trying to get the fuck up out of that shit. That's where I'm at with it.
No, you, Lex.
I'm just more of like it is what it is type of person. It's
I'm
either
gonna
gonna
eliminate that from my
come.
vocabulary.
Well,
It is what it is. I hate that.
Was like, so you just like go with the flow?
Yeah. And if it's supposed to be, I feel like anything that's supposed to be will be. I'm not necessarily like. I feel like my family has just started asking about like, well, are you gonna settle down? Like, what are we, Because like I said, I've never brought anybody home. I don't. But they also know like I'm very. When it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
You ever want to be like settled? I'm settled down now. Like, does a man?
Oh, that question strikes a nerve with you, huh?
Yeah, it does. Like, what do you mean settle down? Like, because some people, they look at
I don't like the term settle down.
And they look at it as if you're not doing this, like it's almost like
Programming.
Not that your life has been a failure, but it's like you didn't complete what they think you should be doing.
I've never felt like that.
It's like sometimes like it's not in the cards for everybody.
And I also just don't necessarily care what other people think. Like, too much. I try honestly not to even think about it because I may care what somebody thinks, but I don't really like sit around like thinking like, oh, my parents would probably really like me to let me figure out how I can like. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, you also still a baby.
At 30, I don't know.
Yeah, 30 is still really young.
For me, it's a little different. I'm 41. Like I'll be like,
Yeah, 40s. Mm-hmm. Maybe I feel like I may feel different in my 40s.
I still
but then
have my
again,
career at 30.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
That's what I mean. For me personally, I'm not like I should be here. I should be doing this because I am 30. Like, I mean, occasionally I'll have that thought. Whereas and not even that thought. It's just when I was younger me thought like, okay, you're gonna be married, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna da 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 da. And
Do you want to be married or get married?
I would love to get married, but
your wedding gonna be lit too. You gonna have to charge tickets.
I don't want a wedding.
If you did, you have to charge admission.
The whole thing freaks me out. Like all the attention on me makes me want to throw up. That makes me want first dances. Like all of that just makes me want to just take me to Vegas, put me in a chapel, and let's do this real quick. Let's wake up and say, let's do it. That's too much attention for a wedding. But I would like to be married.
The city would be so disappointed if you just did that. The city would be sick at it.
That is something I would do.
I know, I believe it.
I'm gonna pop up with whatever I'm popping up with once it's done. I'm never gonna be like, well,
Don't. Dad, you want to get married?
I'm sick of y'all niggas. I'm gonna be real with you.
All right.
I'm sick of y'all niggas. Okay, I've been asking y'all for years since we started this podcast. I want to go to a wedding.
I do too. Like
I love weddings.
It's gonna fuck around and be mine.
Right.
It's gonna happen one day for your boy.
One day.
You might only hope. I want Reese to be my only hope so bad.
Reese, do you want to be married?
I do. Yeah. I do. We'll see.
My best bet is right now is unfortunately it's Trav and Dez because you're acting unusual.
Yeah.
Oh, you're acting unusual?
I don't think so.
They just want to spend some time with you, brother.
They just want a little time.
Some time with you, brother.
The little time is not a problem.
It's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time, right?
Like, I want all your time. I'm obsessed with you.
I don't know. I think I am getting better, than what I used to be.
Are you slowing down at all getting older? Or, like, was that your problem? Or
What you mean slowing down?
Like, as far as not being overly busy, or are you still just overly busy all the time? Like, do you find stuff to do? Or are you just like...
Reese, I don't think you're that busy.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't think I'm as busy as it may seem. But I think, like I said, for me, I think I've just been in a pattern for so long that
I get
it's
that.
kind of like you get stuck in your ways.
I get that.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to fight. It's like I'm climbing up, but I'm in quicksand. I'm trying to get out of that shit. So,
I mean, I get it though.
Totally understand that.
Especially when you've been living by yourself for so long.
yeah.
And like that's kind of when I'm getting acclimated to myself. It's like because you'll get to that space. I was in that space before early in my life where it was like I'm so used to being by myself.
And see, early
That's where
on
I'm at.
is when I was all in the relationship. Me and the girl, we living together. Like I did that early on. Fresh out of college. That's what my life was. You know what I mean? So it took a drastic change, and now it's like. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But how do you get out of that though? Like
That's the thing.
I don't know. It's hard. That's what I was saying
That's
earlier.
why I said I may need to go sit down and talk. You know,
Yeah.
have therapy. You know
Do you
what I
think
mean?
it's like if you met somebody like to where it's like it got to be different, right? Like if you met somebody who may change this for you, is that possible?
I know I've met dope people. I know I've met people.
No, I'm talking about the one though. No. I'm talking about somebody who you like that make you change these thoughts. Is it possible, Lex?
It's
No?
hard. I don't know.
It's hard.
It has
like,
to be more
it's
so
hard.
me. Not. I don't even think it would be them changing. Like it.
No, like them, you valuing them so much. It's
Right.
like nah,
Yeah.
I miss this person. Like I don't give a fuck about this a long time no more.
Yeah, it's hard to get there, but I feel like it's possible to get there. But I feel like it's just once you're so used to being by yourself, like
Yeah.
I go to concerts by myself, I vacation by myself, I do everything by myself. So it's just hard to get in the routine of like togetherness and like making sure that you do, you know, make enough time. And
So should that be looked at like negative? Like, because I think people do look at that as negative.
I think it is negative because I feel like if you meet the right person, you will want to spend time with them. Like you will want to make whatever you're doing them to either be included or to fizzle out things that are less important to you than the person that you're dating and make more time for them. Because I feel like time is important.
Time is my most valuable asset.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I wanted to have this conversation, but I think I'll wait on Trav to get back. I wanted to do that impact versus numbers because I really wanted to crack his muffin on that. He made me mad with something that he said in the chat.
Hey, give him a preview. What do you make you mad? What do you say in the chat that made you mad?
Let me go back to the chat. I'm like, nigga.
I missed this conversation.
I was at the gym too. I almost got snatched up off the bench. I let the weights because he said something like, nigga. Somebody threw in the chat, it might have been Dez. Did you put that in the chat about, it was the interview Hitmaker had with, he was like, yeah, but you know, I got all this on B-Dot.
Yeah.
It was that interview. And the only thing I said off of that was, I was like, he kind of got a point. You know what I mean? I see what he's saying. And then Trav chimed right in. You would. You know, it was some shit like that.
I do remember that.
You talking about with Hitmaker and Jim Jones?
No, this was Hitmaker and B-Dot.
B-Dot.
No, I don't remember that one.
It's like it might have been Travis put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Because it was
And I know B-Dot is his man, and B-Dot was disagreeing with Hitmaker. So, of course, Trav took that side of the argument with B-Dot. You know what I mean? Like, once Trav's feet is dug in on something, like, it's hard to convince him. And that it gets frustrating arguing with him back and forth because he's not hearing nothing that you say because his mind is made up on it. So that's part of the reason why I was wanting to address this on the show, but I can't even find it. Like, I didn't think it was that far. But
we'll address next week. There's going to be a lot of bickering to be had.
And I can crack his muffin one-on-one because Dez ain't going to be here.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Crazy thing is, he's going to bring all the smoke my way. He's going to act like Reese ain't saying nothing. Typical. On brand.
But no, so to give a preview of it, it was just more so, and we can even do this and we can have a continuation because I do want your input on it since you won't be here. So impact versus numbers, and then we're going to get up out of here. First off, damn, I wish I could find that clip in the chat. If you can find it, please find that because I want to play that and then have this conversation. The Fly You and Let's Hitmaker, Young Bird, is going back and forth with Hit Boy, the producer from the West Coast that's been doing a lot of stuff with Nas. Hitmaker was on a promo run with Jim Jones. They was promoting the album, and Ebro was bigging up Hitmaker and Hit Boy, but I guess Hitmaker took it as a slight and was like, yeah, but you know, I'm a little different. I'm killing the radio. Of course, Hit Boy took offense to that, put out a diss track. Now they're going back and forth through the media. Hitmaker just sat down with B-Dot, and they got to talking about impact versus numbers. And that's something that's ongoing here. Like, I think we've had that conversation a lot. My thing is, and now that I really sit down and think about it, like, I think impact is a trendy word that we've really lost the true meaning of it. You know what I mean? Because I guess how do you quantify one's impact if you're not measuring it by numbers. You know what I mean? Now, of course, there's other ways to measure it, but in this game, which is, you know, based off of sales or how your record is performing, like, it's not too many other ways to really measure impact. At least that's how I feel. That was my argument that I wanted to give Travis. Like, so if we are comparing the two, which I'm not, I don't want to compare Hitmaker and Hit Boy, but I wanted to compare impact versus numbers. How are we measuring impact if we're not using numbers to measure it? Like, how would y'all measure it? And anybody can answer that.
Oh, I posted it.
Oh, you did?
You want me to play it or you want me?
Yeah, play it, please.
Radio is the same shit. Like, let's not talk impact. But you can't say that because some of my favorite albums, I'm sure some of your favorite albums aren't necessarily diamond, plat out. You know what I'm saying? Like, or multi-platinum. You know, like that doesn't mean that with all due respect, I don't know pretty much a lot of shit that we done touched that ain't went gold, at least in the last 5 years. And I'm only talking about that. And even in my previous career or whatever, like I have records as an artist that been whatever. Like you're not playing.
Okay, so to sum it up, what Berg is saying is like, how are you saying something that's so impactful with no numbers to back it? Like, so how would y'all, and you know, where do y'all stand with that argument? How do y'all feel about it? Because I kind of agree with Berg or Hitmaker. Let me stop calling him Berg.
Yeah, no, right? Mm-hmm. So, for instance, like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm having a blast.
I would say a big an example is like Dipset to an extent, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you really get down to the nitty gritty, like were their numbers as big as, let's say, G Unit? Nah, but we can't deny the impact that they had on the culture. You know,
they still had some numbers behind them though.
Yeah, I mean, they had
some crazy numbers. They got the biggest record on Rockefeller history.
Yeah,
you know but in the grand scheme, like
I get what you're saying.
In the grand scheme, during the height of their run, there were way bigger artists. Yeah, there were way bigger artists.
The example that I was going to use, which I thought was impactful, and it may not have the numbers to back that, was the Griselda movement. You know what I mean? Like, I get how something can be impactful, but I also get what Berg is saying. Like, how are you saying something is impactful? What do we have to show for it? Like, now with the Dipset, we can see the impact of Cam in the Pink. We can see the impact of Jim Jones and the wallet chains and the way niggas is dressing. Like, we saw the impact. You know, that was more so culturally driven.
Yeah, but to that point, it's like there's sometimes like during that time there were artists that were doing way bigger numbers than Dipset, right? But they weren't as impactful as Dipset. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. When it comes to, and even if we want to have the conversation about Nas, like I think Nas is a cheat code, and it's not even fair to use what B Dot was saying in that interview. He was like, "Look at Nas; these albums is crazy." True indeed, but let's not act like Nas didn't come from a major label backing with the craziest of fan base. What Nas is doing right now is just projects he loves, what he wants to do, what's close to his heart, and because he's Nas, it's able to be successful.
What's the beef?
Huh?
What's the beef?
But
I don't think it's no beef.
But niggas really wasn't checking for, like, musically, niggas really wasn't like looking for Nas.
But Reese,
He's a superstar though.
What's the debate though is it a debate between Hitmaker and Hitmaker? I feel like there's beef that's there.
I think the media is spinning it into that. I
think Hitboy had a diss record.
Yeah, he put out the Sleepy record, the diss record.
So we're not. So is the question who's the better producer? Because that's not really.
I wasn't even comparing them two as a producer. Like, I wanted to speak on the topic of impact versus numbers,
right?
And why. You know, and like I said, it was just more so I wanted to have a hip hop conversation with Trav because I got mad of him coming at me like, of course you would think that. He said something like numbers guy, like I can't find it in the chat, but
I'll find it.
You found what he said back to me or something? Like, it was something. I was like, nigga, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, his whole thing is that he tries to say I'm the numbers guy, you know, when I'm not. You know what I mean? I ask numbers because it's business. It's the music business. So, of course, it's numbers driven.
That's what I can't really say what the reason why.
What?
It's something that keeps being thrown on your jacket.
Oh yeah. For the hoes, like it was something like that. Like he said something like the hoes weren't listening, so I know you ain't checking for it. It was something along those lines. You know what I mean? So I was like, come on, nigga, like you know this narrative that you keep running with. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, of course, I'm not the one to try to correct it because it ain't the biggest of deals. But when he uses it in arguments, it's like, come on, my nigga, like for real, like. You know, I sit up here and tell you about a chick playing a record and me liking it, and now I'm only going by what the hoes say. Like, no, that's just somebody putting you onto a record.
And another comment that was made, it was turn Lil Tyler on. That was the comment that was made, like, you know. And I will say this. Dez, I want to say this. I want to acknowledge this while Dez is sitting right here.
What's that?
Lil Tyler's on the way.
On the way where?
He's on the way to stardom.
What you called it?
Did I not?
Hey. The industry, he's buzzing right now.
I don't agree with it, man. Like I don't like
because
seeing
the music is piss poor.
I don't like seeing kids that young, you know, with that content and you know, and that being how they pushing them.
Hey, I seen an interview with India.
What was Chief Keef?
I ain't championing that.
Yeah, even India was like, nah, fuck with him. He buzzing. He come the way up.
And Chief Keef, he went 12.
He's 16.
Who, Chief Keef?
He was 16. Tyler was 16.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know, because I thought he was a little nigga. Look like
He looked 12.
Yeah, like, you sure he said they probably that's his industry age.
No, he's not 12.
You don't want to make him older if it's the industry age.
For his content, yeah, like he's a young teenage nigga from Chicago.
I'm
like,
just telling you, he's on the way up.
He's not from Chicago.
Where you from?
Lil Tyler?
Yeah.
He's from Florida.
Florida guy.
Look, I don't give a fuck about Little Tyler. Like, let's be clear.
I've never even heard of Little Tyler.
Really?
No.
You won't.
She will.
I don't listen to
He ain't on
music,
his
though.
like on the like when you say on his way, like what he about to be the next
one
Dirt.
of these niggas that we gonna look at Dez and be like, Dez, this is trash.
Young boy, you say like he's on his way to that level?
Yes.
Oh no. Yeah, you think
Dirt.
you see that?
Young boy, them cats.
I'm done talking.
You see that, Dez?
We're going impact over numbers.
Yeah,
man.
let's get back to that.
That's impact over numbers.
That's what I'm saying.
Lil Tyler.
Y'all think he has an impact right now?
He's on the
He
way.
definitely buzzing.
Y'all keep saying, how come I ain't seen him nowhere?
He buzzing.
I've never in my life.
We
heard
got
of
two
him.
people that like.
That's fine. I'm telling you.
Y'all-
Is it like for the kids?
Not really, but he's a kid, but he talks street shit, right? And his music is.
Hey,
You
but it
say
ain't- it
kid,
ain't really
how
like-
old is the kid?
It ain't really like it ain't.
I'm not
like,
listening.
It ain't really like.
I
street
can't even
to it.
take that serious.
I'm not saying that y'all should be listening. I'm
But
telling
niggas
y'all.
listen to Chief
He's
Keef.
on the way.
That's what's so crazy. And he's not even rapping like Chief Keef. He's not like. It's more like the.
I was like Chief Keef's
Wait,
age when
but
Chief
how,
Keef
why
came
you
out.
keep
That's why I
saying
was-
Chief Keef as an example?
Because when Chief Keef broke into the industry, he was 16 years old, bro. He was a little fucking kid on house arrest for shooting at the cops, and we championed it. That was his claim to fame.
Let me ask you this.
His claim to fame was him making a video in his living room because he was on house arrest.
Right.
And we was just so allured, like, oh, this is crazy. This
Right,
is
the allure of
crazy.
him was, was still going
His
over
sto- his-
Chicago.
his story.
The story of Chicago. But also, let's not act like we can't give a ton of credit to what Kanye West did to put him over
He
the
came
top.
later. He came later in the picture.
It was off that record.
Kanye didn't do the beat.
I know he didn't do the beat. He went back and redid the
He
same
went-
record.
He did a remix.
Of the same
But
record.
it go-
The record was
It was already doing his thing before
It was
Kanye
already
came for the
out.
picture. I can't believe it.
Hey, I don't like the little nigga
Outta
Lil
here.
Tyler. I think he's trash.
But I can't
I'm telling y'all.
But you're not about to give Ye Chief Keef. I'm not gonna let you do that.
I ain't give him Chief Keef. I'm saying like Ye put him over the top.
Nah, this
See, I be feeling like a lot of times.
So are you saying Chief Keef was what Designer's Panda was? Is what Chief Keef's record was doing?
what? Don't like?
Yes.
Yes.
You crazy.
Yes. You're crazy.
Panda went 10 million. It sold 10 million
itself.
records.
By
Yes.
itself.
And then Kanye jumped on it. Are you saying
No,
that
it did
don't
not. It,
like
it did not. It did not do 10 million before Kanye jumped on it. Are you crazy? They signed him. Citizen Independent started popping. They signed him to good music. Then it did the numbers because Ye hopped on it.
So you saying Ye put the Panda to the diamond,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
but he didn't do Chief Keef.
Nah, Don't Like was already doing his thing.
Okay.
Don't Like,
They both was doing their thing. Both records was doing their thing. Let's be honest.
Us,
What record?
Us.
What's up?
At the top, it's just us. Even though it's a recent record.
Yeah,
but Chief Keef was
that
on
ain't
that.
Chief Keef,
But
right?
Chief Keef was on that. Hey man, let's go, man. Let's wrap this up. I see what Reese is on right now, and I'm not going. He see, because Trav ain't here for him to do that too, so now he's bringing it to me.
I'm just
And
saying,
not
like,
gonna let
you know what though? But and what y'all never do, like, we had these conversations. A couple days later, I throw it in the chat, like, yeah, you were wrong, and then nobody never comes on the show like, damn, Reese, my fault.
No. We never think that we're wrong. We think that we just don't want to argue with you no more about it.
Wrong about what though?
I'll research and throw it in the chat. I'll show you that Don't Like
And I can-
was a regional record.
No, it wasn't a regional record, Reese. Come on now. Come on. It wasn't a regional record.
It was not. Don't Like was not original. I can't believe you're doing this right now, bro. He was doing millions of views on YouTube. He was NBA YoungBoy before NBA YoungBoy. And that's why the industry came in. That's how he got the deal. Then when he got the machine behind him, Interscope, Jimmy Iovine, it started Jimmy Iovine. Then of course Ye tried to hop in and do the shit. Yeah,
50
come on,
Cent.
bro. Yeah, 50 Cent.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's over, 50 Cent.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The machine came later after they seen like, oh, this kid is something. He's going crazy.
10 million diamond. Yeah.
All right, man.
Impact versus numbers. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
How can we measure impact? We'll pick it up when
That's a
Trav gets
perfect
here.
example too of impact in numbers. Chief Keef.
That's numbers though. It's YouTube. There's numbers
Yeah, right.
behind that. So
I know. I'm just saying it fits. It aligns with the conversation.
oh, okay. Yeah.
He want to.
No, because
Love
he
Sosa got
wanna crack my head.
73 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
and that's nothing to do with Ye.
If you say so.
I Love Sosa. That wasn't Ye. Ye didn't remix that record.
I'm not saying he remixed. I mean, but that Love Social came after Don't Like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But Love Sosa.
I can't believe you try. Like now, you just went from
because you-
what Ye is doing for Adidas, but he ain't got that same type of impact on Chief Keef. Come on, Des, make that make sense.
I'm not gonna do this with you.
Yeah, see,
I'm not gonna do this with you.
I'm just saying. 2 weeks ago, you know what Ye is doing for Adidas and how he
Going
putting
crazy.
them over the
And
top.
and you was fronting on it like, oh nah.
No, I didn't front on
Yeah,
Ye. I said
Adidas don't need
Adidas
Ye.
will survive without Ye.
And I never said that they was gonna crumble. You act like I said
Yes,
that.
you did.
No, it's not. But all I'm saying, no.
It's on record. It's on record.
What was my biggest gripe about the Adidas thing? My biggest gripe about the Adidas thing is Adidas didn't stand on business. Because if it was really about
That
if
was
it-
week 2 when he came
No,
back. Reese,
no,
let's
but
put
that
him
was
back
week
on the
one.
docket.
That was the same thing with week one. Because my thing is this: it was never. It was
How come y'all can't never just admit?
no. That was not. No, that was not. It's not true.
Exactly what happened.
No, it's not true. I never said Adidas is gonna crumble. But you,
No,
but
you didn't say that. I agree.
okay. But you was trying to act like Ye wasn't.
Me and you said this was done so.
That's what y'all said.
That's all.
And
And they are done so. Because no one gives a fuck about
I'm
Adidas
still
right
standing
now.
on business. I definitely agree with that.
Adidas ain't done so. Are they
No,
gonna
they're
crumble?
not
Are they
done.
gonna crumble? No, but no
No.
one gives a fuck about. Are they pushing any needle? Who gives a fuck about Adidas? Right?
That's all I was saying.
That's what we were saying. And you was right on that. Impact over numbers.
Who gives a fuck about Chief Keef right now?
No, he's still an icon. Which I can't
Right.
believe.
Adidas is still an icon.
That's fine, Reese.
All right, so that's what,
No, oh my God, man.
that's what I'm saying. Like
All right, man.
impact versus numbers. We will have this conversation some more because I know Trav wants to get his piece in on it.
Shout out to Lex, man. Lex
Yeah, big
was
shout out.
a
We
great
appreciate you
guest.
being here
Thank you for
tonight.
coming. Thank you
This
for
is fun.
finally stepping in the arena with what we talking about. And you know what I loved about Alex is you came and just hung with the boys.
Yeah,
you feel
yeah.
me? In the
No
past,
agenda.
In the past, we've had people come in here and they kind of had like a agenda where they kind of wanted to like attack us, and we like, why are you doing that? Like this is
I'm
not
not
because this it's not that type of show.
Well, not even that. I'm not one of those types. I'm not like feminist or like that. So I don't know. I'm not gonna
now
come
they
in
gonna
and
get
it's,
at you. Don't say
and that's
too much.
okay. I'm not. I'm not.
So, but it was cool. It was a great conversation, and we needed that. So any other time you want to come through, because we be needing that, like, with having 4 men, it's hard to have certain conversations about certain topics. You know what I mean? Because even when we do it, it's like we be missing the mark on stuff because we need that
I had a blast. I missed this.
Women's perspective. You feel me? Making sure.
She does.
No, go ahead. What you say?
Well, she has a problem with it, but she's a star. I've coined her as a podcast
She
star.
knows she's a star. Like, come on.
No, I love doing this.
No, she knows she's a star, but she doesn't do
You know what? You know what it is, Lex? Is what's weird about. Well, you gotta know Lex to know Lex, right?
Yeah.
You feel me? So when you know Lex, you know like the real personality, but like she's not. It's crazy. She's like a social antisocial, right? You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly
so she's very social with those that she fuck with.
Yes.
So if you don't know Lex, she's gonna seem like standoffish or like she's mean.
I always I thought you were so mean.
But Lex is just a person like she kind of moves on like old school.
Mean, though? Like, why is that?
Why did they think I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care to like interact with people. Like I don't.
But I feel her that she's like speak when spoken to type of person.
And I will always be nice to people that speak to me, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to speak to people. If I know you, it's love every single time.
Facts.
I love to see people.
I can attest to that. Yeah.
But if I don't really know you, it's just like, what's up? Okay.
And I feel you ain't nothing wrong with that because I do that a lot too.
And I feel like she don't chase the cloud or the spotlight.
No, she be
I hate it actually.
But she will fuck up your time though. She'll shut that motherfucker down. Reese, do you agree?
She knows how I feel about it.
And on that note, we about to get out of here, man. What we talking about?
Playlist. So we're going remixes.
We're going remixes.
Blaze, real
or you
quick.
might want to.
Want to redact that? What?
I was about to say we might want to tap in with a loser. You know what I mean? He might be able to.
Oh, see now.
Yikes! Yikes!
What is that?
Right now, he's gonna be hot about that.
Oh, you talking about Young Travis? I Young Travis Scott.
Not remember? He a 4 for 4 ass nigga. Remember that? That's what I'm saying. Like I don't be forgetting. You know what I mean?
Hey, real quick.
I'm like 50 Cent when it comes to the petty. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you know me? Like
Speaking of 50 Cent, and I hate to say it, but you might be right.
It's over with.
We might not be seeing the Atlanta Big Meats. Right now.
Nah,
I don't want to.
Yeah, we're not gonna make it to Atlanta.
I don't want to.
They're about to pull
because they're about to pull Little Meech out anyway. He's already terrible, but now it's time for the adult Meech to come in.
They about to pull the plug on this
They
show.
about to bring the adult Meech in?
You don't remember the very first episode that when he was walking down the street, the dude that was
him
portraying Meech coming back to Detroit with the mink on?
So you tell me they about to pull Little Meech out?
Go back to episode 1. And the dude walking down the alley and he ends up in front of the house and they having a party like, welcome home, Meech. He got the white mink on, he got the braids. That's supposed to be the adult Meech.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Hey, that show is fucking terrible.
It's terrible, man.
It's bad.
I'm still gonna watch it.
And I'm really getting sick of the Charles situation.
I don't want Charles in nothing.
Charles out of here.
No, I can't stand him.
I don't want Charles in no movie.
And 50 Cent keep casting because he was terrible in Get Rich or Die Trying.
His hair and Get Rich or Die Trying.
It was awful. He reminded me of what's his name's pops. You know who I'm talking about? Dan. He reminded me of Dan's pops.
Hey, speaking of that,
shout out to them.
Yeah, good luck. They playing right now for the state championship.
And salute to Afrocentric. I saw that. That's a tough way to come up short. Was that the Final Four game?
Final Four.
Yeah, man. That's,
San lost to last year too.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, man. But salute to them young men for making as far as that they did. You know, that's a huge accomplishment. You know what I mean? You definitely represented for the city, so we proud of y'all. You know what I mean? Damn, that's rough. Back to TV real quick, though, yeah. BMF, we off that, man. We off that.
Snowfall. And that was your shit, too. That's what's so funny.
Season 1, you know what I mean? Like,
Season 1
I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, it's never been, you know, Oscar worthy, none of that at all. You know what I mean? Like, we give it the benefit of the doubt because it's black, it's 50 Cent, we know the story. We want it to be good, but it ain't never really been good. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bad writing. You know what I mean? And with shows like Snowfall and Your Honor.
Did you watch Your Honor? Are you watching it right now?
God, no, I seen it. You see the finale, the last episode?
Whew.
Already?
This season wasn't my favorite. Last season I felt like was better. Did y'all watch Tulsa King?
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you have to watch that.
I
Tulsa
watched
King
Tulsa
and Mayor.
You have to watch Tulsa King.
Mayor of Kingstown.
I
or
am
something
caught up
like
on Mayor of
those two are
Kingstown.
nuts for me. That's what I'm about to sit down with.
I'm about to
so.
watch. That's the next one I'm getting into. Mayor of Kingston. You said you did watch Tulsa King?
No, I've watched Mayor of Kingston.
Oh, okay.
I'm caught up on
Kingston. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingstown, maybe.
I
Not even-
think
I don't
it's
know.
Kingstown.
It's Kingstown.
I've never seen
Fictional
it.
area of an area that has 7 prisons in the same city. That's the thing. So it's big business,
Okay.
and he runs the prisons pretty much. It's
What
pretty
what year is it set in? It's like, is this a?
It's my.
Present.
Is my okay? Cool.
Hey, the fucking crip on there. I don't believe in it. I don't believe Bunny. I'm sorry.
I'm not in. I haven't. I've only watched the first episode.
Yeah, I don't believe
Okay.
Yeah, that's nuts for me. I'm tapping in.
Tap in with if you need that Paramount Plus. Lord, I got you.
For sure.
I got everybody you need.
Yeah.
On that note, we got anything in closing? Any announcements? Anything we need to get out there to the people? Patreon, what's goody? Anything?
Nah, I think we're good. I think we just got to prepare ourselves, brace ourselves
Yeah,
for next week.
Yeah, we might just take a week off. You know what I mean? Let things blow over.
Cause you said a couple things there that it's not gonna go over.
Definitely not. Remix playlist dropping this week.
Hey, we need y'all back engaged too. Don't be falling off.
Yeah.
Remix.
Hit the timeline,
Remix.
leave comments, slander niggas, big up niggas, whatever you want to do, but leave the comments on the timeline. Big up to Stan. He reached out to me about the $100 haircuts. He said, you know what it is that it's more so of a package. Like along with that $100, it's you get a lot of shit with it. You know, facials and hot towel, that type of like royal treatment. It ain't just $100 for a haircut. And I said, salute to that. Like, I can get with that.
And that's what I get with my haircut. It's not 160.
Yeah,
If yours is 60 and you get all of that.
yeah, that's dope to be able to do that. But just $100 just for a taper, nah, I'm not.
That's
rolling.
wild.
Yeah, so salute to Stan. He
Nah,
got-
yeah, $100 with the services on there. I mean, because you go, shit, you might fuck around, pay that.
That's still hefty, though, to,
You would pay that to go get a facial outside of, you pay about that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It'd
Like,
be
that's what I'm
60,
saying.
then your haircut, and
I don't want to call it a full.
weekly though.
oh, it's not a full facial.
It's not a full facial. It's
Yeah,
just
I get the
hot
hot
towel.
towel. Yeah, that's all.
Just
I
the
get.
hot towel.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
on the beard at that, like just right here.
Razor though, a little razor game.
Yeah, I get the razor.
And that's all it entails.
Yeah.
Yeah. About it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, throw it away.
Sorry, Stan, we're back.
So throw it away.
Yeah, salute to Stan though, man, and all the listeners
Y'all
out there
niggas is
that
funny,
reach
man.
out to us. We appreciate you. Again, remix next week. We going to the playlist or this week.
Safe
remix.
travels, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. Where you at to? If you want to put it on record, like top secret,
No, I'm being Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah.
Oh, with the gang?
Yeah.
Gang.
The gang didn't invite me. I'm feeling the way.
Go.
Yeah. Dusty. Check
Stay
in.
tuned. Stay tuned. Y'all might want to subscribe.
Close friends going nuts.
Nah, I've never used close friends.
Right with the tent, so the motherfucker.
You got a close friend?
No,
You ever use close friends?
I've never used close friends.
But I just use close friends for. It's literally my close friends, and it's not.
Never used close
And it doesn't get. It don't get crazy in there.
Hey, you see the green circle? I ain't never seen it. Sounds like news to me.
Hey, find out somebody got the close friends and you ain't in it. You be like, hold up. Oh shit, we signing out, man.
We out, man.
We out.
Oh, cut the video off.
Wait.